Someone once told me that if you cannot destroy the world in one go, you shouldn't try, because it will always find a way to bounce back. That's not related to anything. Don't read into that. I think I need... Shoot, I had this set up, and now it's disagreeing with me. There's only one way to fix that. Add a little bit more light. There we go. So as you see, the game hasn't even moved an inch. So it's time to talk about Star Wars. If you hear the television in the background, it's because the television's on in the background. Just a heads up. Alright, so moving on here. Let's get on a save. Let's try to remember where the heck I was. Oh yes, I was doing this. So, one of the things I feel that best suits the Knights of the Old Republic feel, the overall perspective of the game, the way that the game comes across in terms of entertainment, is the idea of no matter what you're doing, you're just kind of slowly spiraling more and more and more out of control until you just kind of get dizzy and just start getting really... Okay, we're good. Where am I? This way, yes, okay. Actually, Sean, I've been not sharing what the exact count is, but I have it right here. It's right here. There's only one person watching my KoTOR Lorerun? I guess I'm just gonna have to stop streaming then, guys. I mean, if only one person's watching... I mean, that's like... I don't think I've ever had a stream that bad. Jeez Louise. So, fun fact. This game is actually really on rails as far as its content, but it does something that BioWare in general tends to do very well. I mention this because one of the biggest things that comes up all over the place is... Oh my god, it's on rails, you know, oh my god. Oh, I forgot to go in there. Oh my god, it's on rails, oh my god, it's linear, oh my god, it's on rails, oh my god, it's linear, right? Indeed, one of the biggest complaints levied at, I don't know, say Final Fantasy 13, is that it's a linear corridor fest, right? As I tried to talk about during the Final Fantasy series, and indeed during FF1 of all things, there's... just about any game is going to be linear. In all honesty, it's only a matter of gradients and degrees. Even games like Oblivion or GTAs or whatever are ultimately linear games. It's just, again, a degree of linearity. And hello, Kalo Nord. Or is it Kalo? How this guy ever got to be famous is beyond my knowledge. This guy is pathetic in every way.
There's a bounty on your little green heads. I'm here to collect.
Hey, Che Guevara.
That's the plan.
Seriously. The only reason Kalo ever wins is because he cheats. Every other time he does anything in the entire game, he's pathetic. And as an aside, he looks pathetic. I mean, he literally looks pathetic. Am I the only one who thinks that? I'm just really curious. Linearity. Every game is linear to some extent or another. It's just a matter of degrees, right? Now, of course, that sounds like pulling it technically, and it kind of is. But my actual point is that what actually defines a game that feels open is the effort that goes into making it feel open without actually making it open. because we can't have really open gameplay. We don't have access to a holodeck. The only way to have truly open gameplay is to have a person who is a GM running a D&D campaign for you, or a tabletop campaign for you. That's the only way you're going to get truly open, period. And even that's going to have some limitations. So the best thing that video games have done, and this goes all the way back to the 80s, like I mentioned with Final Fantasy I, is going out of the way to introduce aspects. Yes, I have, Shiryu. Going out of the way to introduce aspects in order to try and disguise the linearity, trying to make the game feel more open than it actually is. So, for example, let's get back to the game that we're actually playing right now. KoTOR is an exceptionally linear game. It's like, you have these many planets to go to, you can go to them in relatively any order, and once you're done, you win in the end. And each planet basically has one path, generalized path through the plotline, right? But this is not a complaint, because what KoTOR 1 does exceptionally well is it goes out of its way to explain, to make it feel like the decisions you make and the choices you do in dialogue and the way you decide to unfold all the little quests that you encounter actually change, actually matter. It actually does, in many ways, the similar thing to what Dragon Age would do a little bit better, actually, later on, Dragon Age Origins. Because the whole point is that you may be walking down a linear plot, but the story, the characters, the setting, that's actually changing based on your input. So while it may be a linear game, the actual progression of your character, how your character acts, how your character interacts with everyone else, the way that you do the quests, all that stuff, that's all dependent on you. So while it may seem linear, and indeed it is, it feels like you're actually going through it, and well, forgive me for using this cliche, but there's a reason this cliche term exists, and that cliche term is, your choices matter. Hello, Respind. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Don't be a stranger. If I miss anything you say, it's because I'm an idiot and not because I'm ignoring you. Feel free to constantly pester me with questions about Molag Bal. I get that a lot. Now, Kalo Nord, again... Oops. Die. As I said, Kalo Nord is an excellent time to talk about the reason why the Star Wars tournament was something I actually pushed for. Because it's something I've been talking about with my friends for years and years and years. In other words, let me give you an example. Who is the strongest of all the Jedi? Give me your answers right now. Be honest. Go. I'll give you my answer right now. Palpatine. And I say that because Darth Vishay doesn't freaking count. If we were to include Vishay, I would say Vishay, because he is the strongest. I just hate him. So discounting him, Palpatine. Okay? That's the strongest Jedi for me. The strongest Force user. Bowman says Luke. Fu says Revan. Come on, give me some more answers, because I'm making a point here. In Requiem says The Exile. Reach Network says Kreia. Che Guevara says Revan. Clegio says Yoda. Lava Dude says Luke. You kind of get where I'm going with this already, I imagine. Silver Black Eagle says Luke. Panic says Anakin. Raspin says Vader. Will says Luke. My reason for bringing this up... Mike Romano says Obi-Wan. Deutsch says Nihilus. This is great. Trafoon says Ben. I bet half of you don't even know who Ben is. The reason I bring this up... I'm going to stop mailing this all. The reason I bring this up is this is Star Wars in a nutshell. Everyone has a different answer. Everyone has a different perspective. All we have is how they present the characters. But through all of Star Wars, one thing that has remained consistent, strangely enough, is that it's always interpretive. Remember how I talked about the Force earlier? And how there is no definition of the Force? Because we don't actually have a concrete, this is what the Force means. It's the same thing with the overall power level and capabilities of the individuals within it. That's one of the reasons I started the Star Wars tournament, one of the reasons I've discussed that concept with my friends for many, many, many years. Because it's fascinating to hear other people's perspectives. I mentioned this with regards to Kalo Nord, because I look at Kalo and I see someone who's pathetic. Someone who is probably decent in his own tier of relative skill and power, but is very low tier overall, if you think about it, right? In other words, the idea that, this is just my perspective, of course, but the idea is Kayla Nord is probably a very good bounty hunter down here. Low tier, low scale, right? A big fish in a small pond kind of a situation. But when you go up to things that are way better and way stronger, like Canderous or whatever, he suddenly becomes this dinky little goldfish that's swimming along with the sharks, you know what I mean? That's my perspective, though. And I've already heard people who have already said that, you know, that they completely disagree with it, that they found Kalo to be very, very badass. It's a good example of the kind of skill level that bounty hunters can reach, even without the Force, you know? And I love that. I think that's cool that we all have these differing perspectives on the matter. But it's going to be true across the board with regards to people who have the Force and people who don't have it. Another good example, I know this is kind of a weird one, and there's actually a post about this on the forum, is basically the idea of who's the best pilot. Who's the best starfighter pilot in all of Star Wars? Now, I guarantee you, if I ask you that, just about everyone's going to give a different, or at least a relatively different answer to that, right? So, yeah, I guess that's really all I have to add onto that. It's the same concept, basically. But it speaks to one of the things that I love about Star Wars, which is why I'm bringing this up as a whole. Star Wars is as good or as bad as we make it. And I like that. I like the fact that we determine how good or bad Star Wars is. We determine what is and isn't canon. We determine how many things we like to go back and replay, rewatch, or we reread. It's just something I like about Star Wars in general. And one of the reasons I feel like it appeals to so many different people, such a wide variety of an audience. Just my perspective on it. Also, someone asked a question in there and I just missed it.
No problem. Didn't work.
Right. It's okay, Frozen. I appreciate it. Plo Koon is definitely the strongest of all the Jedi. Excuse me. Damn it, I don't... It didn't say anything about his brother. What? Or his pet. Damn it! He lied! He lies!
No problem. Didn't work.
And Tim's Up has another excellent point. In some people's opinions, there is no such thing. Oh, okay. Hyperdrive. Uncle, apparently. And I knew Alderaan. Yay, I stole someone's thing. A matter of perspective and not perspective, opinion. Or no, preference. There we go, that's where I'm going. Matter of preference, Keltori. Most people like to say Dark Jedi as well, but some people prefer to say Sith. The difference between the two is effectively non-existence.
Got it.
Non-existent. Hey!
Stop right there, or I'll give you a blaster shot right between the eyes. Now, what are you doing here?
Well, we are light side right now. Who are you?
No, I'm the one with the blaster pointed at you. I get to ask the questions. What are you doing here?
Is this an evil person? Can I kill her? I actually don't remember who this is. Like, I don't remember her backstory. I remember several of the bounties you get sent out for are really evil bastards. The most dangerous woman on Terrace. Slevin, no relation to the movie, I hope. Welcome back, Titans. Inside Out is an awesome movie. Well, if she's an assassin, then okay, sure.
You're a fool if you think you can collect the price on my head. Now you'll see why I'm the most dangerous assassin on Taris.
Here.
Ah!
Guys, that was the most dangerous assassin on Terrace. What's a little loud? The TV? You can't tell me the game's a little loud. The game's at 20%, which is lower than our normal. I guess we'll put on some... No, I don't care about energy shields. So, let me admit one thing I don't actually care for about this game. These weird eye things you get make it so that after a while, in cutscenes, because you have all your equipment on in cutscenes, you just look more and more and more and more and more ridiculous. It's especially funny when you get like the big goggles and the scanner things, and you're like, "Oh, I'm Darth Revan," and it's like, "What the crap?" Okay, so moving on. And yes, absolutely, Pandemonium. I have no doubt Yoda could and indeed would have turned Dooku away from the dark side. Dark side.
You asked for this!
So does anyone know where the Calrissian belt is? Because it's awesome and I don't want to miss it. And I don't remember where it is. And now you're going to hear that every time we zone, just to torture you guys. It's on Dantooine. That's all I need to know right now.
Hold on there, civilian. Only those with official Sith business are allowed into the Undercity. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came.
It's actually funny. One of the things I felt Tor did correctly is I liked most of the headgear, and the things that cover your mouth actually change your voice. They modulate your voice actor's voice, so you actually sound a little bit more like this, as opposed to haha.
Let me see. Yeah, these look
Welcome
to be in
back,
order.
Samurai.
Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rat ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
But I have a sword. So we're about to beat the most pathetically petty evil man on Terrace.
You there, Upworlder! Anyone
It's not him.
using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits. That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits.
Okay. Here's your 5 credits.
Credits, my brother. We have credits. Now we can buy food and medicine.
Hush! But the others will hear us. They'll want our credits. We have to hide them.
Go on, you two. Get out of here.
By the way, Ethan Phillips is in this game.
Those 2 beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good people.
I'm sure you are, miss. It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
How limited am I in my selection, Little Billy? Because you can chain a lot of stuff with materia if I have enough slots. But Magicite gives me permanent boosts, including to my stats. By the way, I'd pick one of the 2, Magicite or materia.
My name is Shalene.
My name's Revan. Who are
You're
you?
from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there?
Yes, it's very beautiful up top.
I've never been to the surface, but sometimes I think I can see it in my dreams. The sun, the sky, the stars. It all sounds so wonderful. Gendar, the leader
Don't
of
worry,
our
you'll die
village,
before you
tells
see
me
it.
I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there.
No, we're not frozen, at least not until we get there. Let's just say that this whole thing actually gets worse, believe it or not.
Rukil is the oldest man in the village. The kids call him Rukil Wrinkleskin, but he's a kind man. He used to tell me the greatest stories when I was a little girl. I still like to listen to his tales about the Promised Land, even though I know they're just legends, but it helps to make the Undercity seem less dark somehow.
I'd go with Magicite then, not a Billy. No case now. Right now, the donation bidding war is still going on. I have the total right here. So what's the Promised Land?
It's just a story to make little children smile. Rukil believes in it, though. Sometimes I can almost believe it myself, but then I look around and see the ugly truth.
Reach Network, I don't want to spoil this, but let's just say we know exactly what happened to these people thanks to
If you really want to
Tor.
learn more about the Promised Land, you should speak to Rukil. He's wandering around somewhere on the south side of the village. He doesn't move too far. He's hard on his bones. He's over 100 years old. The children laugh at him, and people think he's crazy because of his stories about the Promised Land, but he's really just a kind old man.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it, with the medical technology that exists in Star Wars, which isn't exactly bad. People should live really long lives, and some of them do. It's just, it's called Star Wars for a reason, so, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever need anything, or if you just feel like talking, come back and see me. I hardly ever get a chance to speak to someone from the Upworld.
Sure thing, Tully. Ding! Still not gonna level, just to torture you. I think all of us would rather have had KoTOR 3 than Tor. Is that him? No. Well, whatever, let's talk to him first.
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then?
Time of destiny.
Is this a portent of the salvation of my people? Or merely another false sign to mislead us from the path? Are you the herald of prophecy?
Yes.
The beacon to guide us through the darkness?
Yes.
Or are you merely another harbinger of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises?
Yes!
This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me, Upworlder. Tell me what fate you unleash upon us. Salvation or damnation? Speak, Upworlder. I beg you.
Yes!
Question. You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes.
Cute. What is RCM? And my favorite KoTOR character, do you mean just in KoTOR 1? Or do you mean in KoTOR 1 and KoTOR 2? Or do you mean across all 3 games? Hi, I'm Revan. What do you want from me?
Once I was honored for my wisdom. But over time, the villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually, there was only a single apprentice who followed me. And now she is gone too.
Oh, restored content mod. No, we're not running it for stability reasons. We're doing it on 2, where it's actually much more stable, but in this one, we're trying to have a crash-free experience, which we have so far, which is nice. I already said that earlier, Titans. God, dude. Ask me to repeat myself. Favorite character in KoTOR 1? That's a tough one. Bastila has her own complexities that make her interesting, even if she pisses me off. But I think I'm going to have to give that to... Dramatic pause. Mission Vow, I think, overall. Although, bonus points to HK-47 for somehow being entertaining and enjoyable, despite being ludicrously evil.
No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior.
Yes.
Dare I share my secrets with you? No. Not until you prove yourself.
Oh, trust me, Radix. You'll see. And not too far, actually. We got I'd say about another hour of content before we get there. Although I'm trying to do all the quests as I go, so it might take a little longer.
My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly, my apprentice has not returned. Please, Upworlder, will you help an old man? Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate, whatever it may be. I must know what she found.
Jolie's up there too, by the way.
Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere in the Undercity. But if you will find her, I will know you to be our true savior. Only then can I reveal my secret knowledge to you.
Yeah, by the way, all of the Undercity is like 2 zones. Silver Black Eagle, we're going to be going... I'm trying to remember if... I think Django said to do Tatooine first. We're going to do Tatooine first, then Kashyyyk, then I forget the name of it, then Korriban, I believe.
I wish you luck, Upworlder. Come speak to me again once you have discovered the fate of my apprentice.
She got eaten by rat ghouls. Then I ate the rat ghouls.
Greetings, Upworlder. We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity.
Manon, yeah, that's
I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people normally avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can.
Oh my god, guys, this is the FF7 remake. We're in Midgar right now.
Our village has seen many visitors from the surface recently. Armored troops, swoop gang members, mercenaries. They come to search our sunless world. They're even searching the sewers. Yes, I have seen this Twi'lek many times, though I've never spoken to her. She and her Wookiee companion often pass through our village on their way to explore the sewers. There are 2 entrances into the sewers from the Undercity. One to the northeast of our village, the other to the southeast. But the sewers are dangerous, Upworlder. If you dare to travel those dark tunnels, you would be wise to go heavily armed, unless you wish to become a meal for the rock ghouls and the other foul creatures.
Hey, the other guy.
As you wish, Upworlder. Should you have need of anything else, come speak to me. I represent the entire village, and I will do my best to help you however I can.
Excellent. I'd like you to stand on this sword. Oh wait, we're good right now. Damn it. Keep forgetting we're good guys right now. Do 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 do. Hey, look, it's Aegir.
Hey, you ain't from the village.
Listen to his voice.
World, ain't you? Yes. You've got credits, I bet.
Watch yourself. There's something slimy about this guy. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him.
My name's Aegir.
Aegir.
I run a salvage shop here. You want to buy something from my store? I got some good deals.
How do you run a store down here?
If a villager comes across any useful salvage in the Undercity, they bring it to me. Every so often, members from the lower city gangs come down to trade for the salvage. They'll exchange food and medicine for engine parts, old blasters and the like. Sometimes they even give me credits if I have some really good stuff.
I love how he sounds like he's either hiding an Irish accent or Scottish, I forget which, excuse me for my ignorance, or is trying to affect one. It's one of the two, because it just slips out every few words. Now, go away.
Okay, you'll come back and see me if you want a deal.
Gear wants to sell us gear from Metal Gear.
Hurry, Hindar!
Cutscene.
Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave the village.
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
He's fine. What are you all so worried
Open
about?
the gate! Quickly! There isn't much time! I can't! The rat ghouls are too close!
The mutants will kill him if you don't open the gate!
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all!
No! You can't do this! It isn't fair! Please, make him open the gate. Hindar will die if he doesn't.
I can't open the gate. Not while the rat ghouls are so near.
Just out of curiosity, how wonderful do you think it would be to be able to look at your beloved and watch them get eaten alive approximately 3 feet from you while you are incapable of helping them? This is obviously here to introduce us to the rat ghouls, but more importantly, it's here to introduce us to the idea of just how freaking messed up it is living down here. We're like, oh, life is miserable, and then things get worse. It's what I actually usually refer to as the Vietnam effect. If I have to explain why.
You'd risk your life for a stranger? You're brave, Upworlder.
Yeah, by the way, I think that's Cam Clark.
But you gotta be quick. In a few seconds, I must close and lock it again.
Now, one thing I do like is the rock ghouls really are right here. Even though in the cutscene they didn't look like they're, at least they're actually here like this.
How'd you like that?
And by that I mean rat ghoul, singular. Come on.
I can't thank you enough for saving me, Upworlder. If I had anything but these rags on my back, it would be yours. But we have nothing.
I still have you, Hindar. That's all I need. Let's go back to the village.
Thank you for saving Hendar. You are braver than I, Upworlder. Maybe we outcasts have lived too long in selfish fear. Perhaps we can learn a lesson from your brave actions. But enough of my ramblings. Is there something you need, Upworlder?
Yeah, open the door. Seriously, open. Okay. A couple things to do here.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me. Even the Becks won't help me. But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you?
Just as a side note, that is the first time ever that I've played this game that Mission Vow's cutscene didn't kind of bug out. Half the time she's like on the other side of the universe, and the camera's watching her, so the camera's like this as it's going past terrain, and I can barely see her legs as she's running over, and then she actually gets up here.
It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him. If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery.
Yeah, Pandemonium. I was going to mention that later, but when I feel it's more relevant.
Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to
Hey,
figure you can
man.
handle the odd rat ghoul attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it.
Why? This is a redundant question, but why does everyone want to enslave the Wookiees? I like the Wookiees, damn it.
I don't know for sure, but those Gamorreans like to hang out in the sewers. The stink reminds them of home, I guess. That's probably where they took Big Z. It's a deal. As soon as we get Big Z back, I'll show you a way into that Vulcar base. Now come on! We have to find Zalbar before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
The Gamorreans make their camps in the sewers. I bet that's where we'll find Zalbar. And that's where I'll show you the secret entrance into the Vulcar compound.
As an aside, yes, that's great. Yeah, seriously, Pandemonium. Oh, right, when I was streaming this the other day, or the other month, actually, quite a while ago, testing to make sure the game was running and smooth and not having bugginess all over the place, I actually killed the Rancor with the trick, and I had several people be like, I didn't know you could do that! It was really funny. Of course, you can also kill the Rancor the legitimate way, it's just insane. Hey, Candrus. Ironically, his gun right there is actually kind of crap. The one he's got on right now.
Don't move. I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to.
Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came. This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Candace, I heard something. Over there, in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Wow, I'm having really good camera time. So often
Looks
when I
like
play
we've
this
got
area,
company.
the cameras
Get those
just bug
blasters
out.
ready,
It's like
boys.
always in the Undercity area. It's like all of a sudden the camera's just here, and I'll see like feet of a rat ghoul go by, you know?
How'd you like that?
Damn. I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore.
I think I do have grass turned off, yeah. In fact, I think I had to when we were doing the test run.
Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that. This isn't really the best place to have these kinds of conversations, but I guess I could spare a couple of seconds for you. After all, you did help us out with those rat ghouls. The lower city is overrun with gangs, but the two most important ones are the Hidden Becks and the Black Vulkars. Used to be the Becks were the big dog and kept the others in line. But lately the Black Vulkars are moving in on Beck turf and challenging them for control. The Vulkars are even starting to defy Davik. Take these escape pods, for example. Everyone knew Davik would want first crack at them. But I know for a fact those damn Vulkars have already sent their own salvage party down here.
Favorite soundtrack? I'd have to give that to Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, Juju's.
What are you, an off-worlder? Everyone knows Davik. He's a member of the Exchange. You know, the interstellar crime syndicate. Smuggling, gambling, extortion. Davik controls it all here on Taris. That's why I'm working for him. But lately, the lower city gangs have been giving my boss some trouble.
Interesting. This literally just hit me just now. I've already talked about Canderous, and indeed we'll talk about him again in the future. But what do you want to bet he came here to work for the biggest crime lord of the Sinner Metropolis area because he thought he might actually get some action out of it. And when he saw that this big fish that was Davik was really just a petty thug, that's when he gave up. That's when he decided, ugh, and just kind of resigned himself to his fate of being a petty thug.
Come on, boys, let's move out.
Still not going to level up, just to torture you guys. Torture, torture, torture. Ah, you. I need you up here. I need to recover that. I need to recover at least one. I think I actually only need the one. Not quite yet. Skill too low. Okay, hang on. We'll level her. That's a weird thing to be at that, but we'll go with dexterity. Demolitions lets me disarm, right? Yep, okay. Demolitions. And then security, and then stealth. I mean, shoot, I don't know. Awareness, computer use, repair. Okay, fine, whatever. Do it. There we go. Yay.
Sure.
Oh, a grenade will work too? Oh, whatever. I've got a mine now. Oh. The rat ghouls are dead. Oh, hang on, there's a couple more. Not doing it, Baronessa. You can't make me. Hey, mission just leveled again. I will talk about Bastila later. And I'll talk about Jolie later. I mean, we're not even there yet, guys. Come on, I gotta have something to talk about for the rest of the game. Otherwise, I'd just do a rumination. Which I've already done, I feel like pointing out. So impatient, my goodness. Oops, oops, oops. Wait, so he did the voice of Aegir. You know, I've always wondered that, Fearsome. When I first heard about the rock ghouls, my first thought was, oh god, we gotta fight zombies that can infect me at any moment! But they actually have 0 chance of infecting you. That doesn't actually bother me. It's just something that's always been, you know... Malik is much stupider than Aegir. Aegir is petty and stupid. Malik is... Well, okay, Malik's actually kind of petty too, but Aegir is way more petty.
Hey there, Upworlder. You want to see what I got for sale in my inventory? Or do you need something else? Oh, you better ask. Gendar seems to think I should share the profits of my store with the whole village. He figures we're all in this together, so it should be share and share alike. But I'm the one who runs the store. I'm the one who makes the deals. The others just bring me salvage to trade with the Upworlders. Why should they get anything?
So, I mentioned petty, right?
He caught me hoarding supplies a while back. I figured I'd wait until food was scarce and then I could offer it to people who'd follow me instead of Gendar. Then I'd be the leader. But Gendar made me share my hoard. Ever since then, he hasn't trusted me. He keeps me around because of my store, though. Without it, this village wouldn't stand a chance.
Alright, now let's go... Oh, he turned me around a bit. Shoot. I'm not sure where I'm going now. Where's Gendar? Where'd he go? That's Aegir, that's Rukil. Oh, I was going the right way. Damn it. There we go. No, I'm just doing it to torture my viewers. Where the heck is... Where is he? Is he over here? Am I just stupid? I'm stupid. We're good, we're good.
Welcome back, Upworlder. I'm surprised to see you. Why?
Oh, sorry. I actually need to talk to you first.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Yes!
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
First of all, what do you mean yet, madman? I read Dune years and years and years ago. Second of all, how can I guide you to the promised land?
You are marked, Upworlder. Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rukil knows you better than you know yourself.
Foreshadowing.
I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity. Cast
down
into
into
the
the
darkness.
darkness.
I know the legends and history of our people. And now you must learn it too.
Why?
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, Rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Terrace, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
Okay.
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Terrace, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
Yes, fearsome. The lore explanation is... So, first of all, I didn't know it was Dune's 50th anniversary. I don't actually own a copy of the book anymore, so that kind of sucks, but whatever. What Mission said is true, which really highlights just how stupid the situation is. You do guys remember everything I pointed out up top, right? About how they actually have empty apartments and plenty of space, and they're not really taking up all of the... And yet they would still shove more people down, because screw them. In fact, we've already encountered NPCs up top who say, you need to get back to down below, schlummy. And people trying to force aliens off of the upper crust. They already have a rotting, corrupted corpse up top, and they still want to clear it out even more. Really? The other thing I want to point out, though, this is something I was actually asked earlier. I probably wouldn't even think to comment on this otherwise, because this sounds like a duh thing to me. But these people are here because their ancestors participated in a rebellion against the legitimate leaders of this planet. Now, I'm not saying anything else regarding opinion. That is simply fact. These people are descendants of people who participate in a rebellion, therefore they're tossed down below. Period. End of statement. That's the kind of justice system that is allowed here. Two things that come up as a result of that. Number one, that's frickin' retarded. The idea of punishing children for the mistakes of their parents is ridiculous, in my opinion. It's the kind of thing that I literally can't even begin to compute. To give you another idea, there was a concept in Klingon history over in Star Trek, where if you took shame for a particularly horrible act, your family had shame for 7 generations. Now, that may or may not sound like a long time, but to give you an idea, in general, that means if someone who was alive in your family during the American Revolution did something bad, you are still shamed for that. To this day. That's ridiculous. But that brings up a second point. Terrace is part of the Republic. Why does the Republic allow this to happen? Now, I know what you're going to say. Oh, well, the Republic has too many things to deal with. I mean, there's just so many problems. I mean, the Republic is under attack by the Sith, and they've just recovered from the Mandalorians. There's nothing they can do. That's kind of the problem, though, isn't it? See, this is the problem of the Republic, and it's something that this game will show a little bit of, KoTOR 2 will show a lot of, and Tor will just dive right into. It's one of the things I give Tor credit for. The Republic is shown to be just as bad as the Sith Empire, because it is, but for a different reason. The Republic is not filled with evil people. I mean, there's evil people there, of course, because it's a group, it's an organization, right? But it's more like the actual system is the problem. The system, this is exactly the kind of thing that's a systemic problem with regards to any system that has grown too large and too bloated. In other words, I can't deal with this situation. Like, if you walked up to a random bureaucrat, a random governor, a random senator, and said, this horrible stuff is happening on Terrace, they'd probably care. They'd probably have some kind of feelings, well, I wish I could do something about that. I can't. And that would be what everyone would say. The problem's just too big for me. The problem's just too much for me to take care of. There's nothing I can do. I don't want those people to suffer, but I can't fix it. And everyone in the Republic, well, a lot of people in the Republic say that. And that's the problem with the Republic in a nutshell. It is a massive, bloated system. The irony is this is the, I think, third time we've seen this historically when KoTOR 1 came out. The first was obvious, the Old Republic. The one that was actually in, leading up to the prequels. The one that we read about in the books. The one with this bloated, cancerous mess that Palpatine walked in and said, no, no, no. And then there's the New Republic, which had the same problems. Even with people who are genuinely good people, who are talented, intelligent, charismatic, and powerful, in charge of the New Republic, we had the exact same problems in the New Republic. It's just they weren't that severe because they were just getting started. Although one of the themes of the New Republic is the fact that the New Republic absorbed so much of the bureaucracy of the Empire, which had absorbed so much of the bureaucracy of the Old Republic, that's the problem. If you kind of see how this works. The system has never actually changed. All that's happening is new systems and new organizations are building themselves up on the ashes of the old. Well, I shouldn't even say the ashes, off of the infrastructure of the old. So the Empire absorbed so much of the bureaucracy and the politics and the democracy, or not democracy, I guess bureaucracy is really good. The mess that was the Old Republic, and then the New Republic absorbed so much of the mess that was the Empire, right? You see how this works out? So that's what we see here on Terrace. This planet is allowed to be this festering slime pit because of bureaucracy, because of a corrupt system where nothing is actually doing anything. Favorite planet in KoTOR 1? Terrace. Favorite planet in KoTOR 2? I don't remember, to be completely honest with you. Ask me again when I finish playing through it. So...
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Perhaps with their journals, I could at last uncover its hidden location.
By the way, in response to Axcax's question, worse.
Yes, Upworlder. Well done. However, I see that this journal alone does not have enough clues for me to solve this mystery. Too many pieces are still missing. I'm afraid that only with all three journals, my grandfather's, my father's, and my apprentice's, will I be able to discover the location of the Promised Land. I will leave this journal with you for safekeeping for now. Perhaps it will aid you in your search for the others. I wish you luck, Upworlder, for the sake of the entire village.
Damn it, Deutsch. Now, this isn't a perfect example of this, but one of the things that tends to be indicative in the Republic is what I like to call crab theory. For those of you who are not actually familiar with what crab theory is, when you have a crab cage or a nest or whatever, you don't actually have to put a lock on it because crabs will bring... Any crabs that try to escape will actually be dragged back in by the others. You kind of see how that can apply to social circles and real-life things with people and whatnot. In other words, the idea of... Like, imagine someone in the Republic says, "We've got to fix this! We've got to do something!" And then they kind of get dragged back down by the rest of the crabs around them. No, you can't do anything. What about this? How are we going to deal with this? Well, you have to make up this thing first. You have to go through this committee first, and so forth and so on until... I don't know, Pandemonium. That's a complicated subject, so I will refuse to answer you. Let's go talk to Aegir, shall we? Because he's our favorite guy.
I saw you talking with Rukel.
Yes,
He
yes.
told legends about the Promised Land, didn't he?
Yes.
He told you all about his missing apprentice and the other lost explorers, right? You know, most people don't believe his stories. They figure he's nothing but an old cook. But I think there might be some truth in what he's saying. That's why I want to stop him.
And yeah, this is very similar to the NCR over in New Vegas, or in whatever. So, I mentioned pettiness, right? Right? One of the few people in the village who actually believes there's this wonderful, amazing place to go to wants to ensure that they don't go there. Well, why is that, Aegir? Tell me.
For an outcast, I've got things pretty good. The village relies on me to bring in food and supplies. I'm an important man. If it wasn't for Gendar, I'd be running this place.
I get the feeling if it wasn't for Gendar, this place would be a lot worse off than it is.
But if Rukel ever finds his promised land, I'm sunk. People won't need to rely on me anymore. I'll just be another nobody like all the rest of the villagers. I won't let that happen.
This may be a little pile of trash, but it's my pile of trash, and I want to make sure that it's better than Bob's and Jill's and Timmy's piles of trash.
I want to rip this guy's head off and beat him to death with it. This guy is pathetic! And yet this guy is literally an allegory for Darth Malak and the Sith idiot's mentality in a nutshell. I don't care about the long term. I don't care about bettering my life. And I don't care about other people. I care about now. I care about right now. I care about making sure that I am as better than other people as possible now. And screw tomorrow, and screw the future, and screw anything that has to do with talking brain thingy. God, it's breaking my brain just thinking how stupid this kind of mentality is. This man is literally a Sith idiot. He just doesn't know it because he's this sniveling little man. But it's the matter of scale. Malak is doing it to a frickin' entire chunk of the galaxy. Several of the Sith under Malak are doing it, within their own particular areas. Aegir is doing it to his tiny little village, but it's the same thing, and it is just as horrible. Now, as Rigel points out, the now does have its term. The now does matter. But the problem is when you benefit the now at the deliberate and knowing expense of the then, of the later, you're an idiot. Yeah, there are exceptions, to make this clear. There are exceptions. But, when that's your policy, when your policy is, let's make all of the corporate, let's make more and more profits by killing off our industry, that you're an idiot at that point. I'm sorry. I like to be diplomatic. I like to try and understand people. I like to be like, well, there's this, and there's, maybe we can understand. No, you're a frickin' moron if you have this kind of mentality. And Aegir is a frickin' moron. And he's petty, and he's evil. So,
Don't judge me. I learned a long time ago that if I want to survive down here, I've got to look out for number one. The two explorers who went searching for the Promised Land might have found something. They might have found clues or evidence, just like Rukel's apprentice. They would have recorded that information in their journals. I'll pay you if you bring all three journals to me. The two from the explorers and the one from Rukel's apprentice. Then I can destroy the evidence and make sure nobody ever finds the Promised Land. I've saved up enough credits for my business here to make it worth your while if you help me.
you know what's irritating about this? I talked about this earlier. In KoTOR 1, usually when you do something evil, it's hideously, stupidly evil. And when you're good, you're like saintly good, right? There are some exceptions in KoTOR 1, but this is a good example of just, yeah, sure, I'll doom this village to a life of meaningless agony and suffering so that you can get a couple more, so you can keep your little part of the trash pile, and I can get a couple of credits. I'm sorry, but anyone takes this deal as a frickin' moron. I'm sorry, okay? But that's just bad. This is stupid. Ugh. You're right, guys. I should stop trying to be diplomatic and really get across my opinion of Aegir. Moving on.
Don't be a fool. I'm the only one here who can pay you for those journals. Rukil has nothing. He won't be able to come up with any kind of reward. Once you have all 3 journals, just bring them to me.
I think I've heard of that too, Kay.
Now, was there something else you needed?
Yes, I want to rip. I want to stick your head on a pike so I can look up at it and wave like this. Do you think you can arrange that for me, Aegir?
Yeah, okay. You'll come back and see me if you want a deal.
God damn. Just, Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'll rip off his left arm, you rip off his right arm.
Yeah?
To my knowledge, there is no way to kill Aegir. What's that, Reach? I can blame them all I freaking want, Axcac. He is 100% scumbag to other guy. He never, ever makes it up to anyone, ever. He is always a horrible person. Whoops.
Sure.
That's true, we could cheat to kill Aegir.
Help me. Please. I can feel inside my skin.
Oh shoot, I don't have the cure, do I?
Like some kind of hideous disease. No! No!
I didn't have the cure. Well, he's gone. Rips. Oh, Aegir, easy answer. Father Elijah pisses me off, but Aegir pisses me off more. Oh wait, you can't save him even with the cure? Oh, that sucks. Oh, I love that scene, Reach. Unification, if I'm not mistaken, part 1. Well, you guys just said I can't save him, so there's no point in reloading, which really sucks, actually. But whatever. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you'd figure an evil guy would have no trouble killing Aegir and just being like, hey, give me your credits. Oh, that's right. You cure him and then he runs off and gets killed. I remember that. I remember that now.
You there, civilian. This is a restricted area. What are you doing down here?
I have papers.
Security papers. Oh, you're one of those trackers the commander sent down, right? They should have given you an armed escort. It's nasty down here. We've already lost one patrol. We figure the Rak ghouls got them. We've had so many encounters with those things, we've actually run out of Rak ghoul serum. Plus, we've had several skirmishes with looters from those lower city swoop gangs. I'm telling you, we should just stay in the upper city where we're in control.
Short-term mindset. But I'm a light side guy, so I can't kill them. I'm sorry, guys. I can't just kill them horribly. Okay, here's my Lorerun of Destiny. And it's the wrong loot. And that's Destiny.
Was that why you're down here? Search and rescue? I didn't think they'd send anyone. They were in the southern section of the Undercity when we lost contact.
This guy sounds a lot like Logain.
My orders are to search for those crashed escape pods, even if it means leaving another patrol to die. Yeah, sure. The commander won't be too happy if you come back empty-handed, right? Well, the same thing goes for us. Come on, patrol, let's get back to it. The sooner we get this search done, the sooner we can get...
I think that is Logain.
...infested hole. Move out.
The way he's talking, it sounds a lot like him. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Simon Templeman. Thank you. I can never think of his name. What are we right now? We're apparently leaning towards light side on a shack. Yeah, by the way, go play an old BioWare game sometime, and you will hear a lot of familiar voices. Oh, sorry, Rosalia, you're right. You're right. Hey, what's up, Mission?
Hey there. What can I do for you?
Well, wait, how old is Mission? I don't want to hit on her if she's too young.
Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know? Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're
Damn,
dead.
she's too young.
It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Volkers were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't hit on her anyways. I've got way too much of the little sister vibe with Mission, as I actually mentioned earlier.
Hey, nobody said the Volkers were smart, but there were 3 of them, so maybe they figured they could handle him. I don't know. Anyway, I don't like the Volkers at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold. Hey, don't treat me like I'm a little girl.
Oh, there's her
I ain't
age.
no kid. I'm 14 years old. Those Volkers didn't scare me. They're nothing
Really,
but
Deutsch?
cowards. I knew
Ah.
how to deal with them.
No, thank you.
Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar
You didn't know that,
like
Dios?
seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Volker a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat.
Did he get his claws out? Because that's really significant.
The other 2 screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Volker was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out.
Ugh.
Telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Volkers would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know?
So how'd Zalbar end up on Terra's?
He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk.
Actually, they do
That's all I
use the
know,
metric
really.
system, Big
Big
Fox.
Z doesn't like to talk about
Kilometers
it.
and the
In
like.
case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in the present.
Hint, hint, aka Zalbar has a tragic past. But it's okay, because Zalbar's tragic past is amazing, because it really shows a fascinating insight onto Wookiee culture. I'll be talking about that when we get to Kashyyyk, by the way.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little bit too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city.
No, I have not, Madman, admittedly. I stopped reading the books a while ago, if I'm honest. Kashyyyk, that's how I pronounce it. I know some people say Kashyyyk, I know some people say Kashyyyk. I've heard a few different pronunciations, but I've been saying Kashyyyk for 30 years, or however long it's been at this point, so yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done.
I didn't know you had a brother.
My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
My age cutoff? is about 10 years younger than I am. Now, wild speculation as to Arsh's age. As a mission actually answers that question herself, Lord of Mordor, earlier. Basically, most aliens actually know Basic and just prefer not to use Basic, and so Mission actually speaks Basic by choice. It's probably partially to do with her whole rebellious nature thing, but it's also really useful because it means she gets a proper voice actor instead of dubby 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 dubba dub dubba 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 dubby 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 dubba dub dubby dubby dubba dubby 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 dubba. I'm sorry, I like this game, but God, I get sick of hearing that. Oh, tell me about it, Shuren. Every time I see Griff, I just want to... Well, let's just say that he wouldn't survive the encounter and leave it at that. Are we done here? Did I get everything? Guys, I keep telling you, I'm a Time Lord. How do you think I became the Lich King? God, I had to earn it. The old-fashioned way. Oh, I am missing something. Yeah, I know, I'm going to give the cure to the doc. I'm just exploring a little bit here. Worst case of Flanderdization in a game? Ugh, that's a tough one. What are you talking about? I'm in my TARDIS. Come on, guys. Basic sense here. I'm sorry, I'm just suddenly picturing HK speaking in, like, Huttese or whatever. Statement. Duba daba, dab jaba do baba do. Clarification. Baba daba do baba stapa, laga diabada basha do. Query. Dashko bondoya bata babasha dasato. I swear I'm not filling out the map because I have OCD. Anyways. I don't feel like running back down here just yet. So we're going to go ahead and finish this next series of quests before we go and turn stuff in, okay? So we want to go this way. Oh, I don't want to talk about that, Hunter. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I hated that series of quests. Clarification.
Hey, Karth. You're a pilot for the Republic, right? You've been all over the galaxy, I bet, right? So tell me.
No, you're fine, Zidjon. Nobody believed you anyways.
To be honest, Mission, Terrace would rate pretty low. The prejudice, the rich spoiling themselves while the poor are crushed beneath them. It's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, but that's only since the Sith occupation. Before that, well, I guess it wasn't all that different, really. Maybe Taurus ain't as great as I thought, you know?
Trust me, Mission, there are a lot of worlds better than Terrace. There are worse, too, but Terrace is no place for a kid to live on her own. Even a kid who's got a Wookiee to look out for.
Hey, I ain't no kid. I look out for Zalbar as much as he looks out for me. Big C's my friend, not my babysitter. Jeez, I come ask you a question, you give me a lecture.
Don't you snap at me, Missy. You want a lecture? How's this? Only bratty little children fly off the handle because of a simple comment.
Lol, first of all. Second of all, I just feel like pointing out that I like how they both vary their pronunciation of Taurus. She says Taurus, he says Terras. I think that's deliberate and not a mistake on the voice directing, because there's actually quite a few different pronunciations of the same name throughout this game. And that's actually very common because that actually happens in real life, too. Diablo, anyone?
I don't have to listen to you, Karth. You ain't my father, though you're sure old enough to be. So keep your lectures inside your withered old head, because I don't need them.
And I sure as hell don't need this. Look, let's just drop it and get back to what we were doing.
So, Diablo. It's not hard. Her brother's name is Griff. Yeah, I've lived in Missouri. I've worked in Missouri, so, you know. Took me a while to get used to calling it Missouri, though. You get there and it's like, hey, I'm in Missouri. And everyone there is like, no, no, that's not what it's called. It's not in Missouri. So that was an interesting interaction because it really highlights both of their personalities. Karth is automatically a leader. It's no wonder he becomes an admiral or a general or whatever later on. Because he's got that mentality of, I have to be in control. That's not necessarily a good thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either. He's just someone who's, you know, I'm going to try and take care of other people because I believe I know what's best for them. It's one of the reasons I say Karth is actually a little more towards the dark side than the light side, at least as I have interpreted it. Louisville, yeah, let's not talk about that one. It took me years to figure out how to pronounce that one. Mission, on the other hand, she has such a circumstance in which she has been undergunned socially and literally for so much of her life that anytime someone brings up anything, they're going to look at her or she's going to look at them and automatically react defensively. I've actually talked about being defensive before. In my opinion, it is one of the single most common reactions that everyone has socially, at least of all the people I've ever encountered. The idea here that like, for example, I love Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Now, you would probably not be surprised how many times I hear someone say Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is a crap game, and my automatic reaction to that is to get defensive, because when I hear that, I perceive that as an insult unto me because my opinion, my perspective has been slighted, right? So we have a tendency as human beings to get defensive. So that's exactly what Mission's doing, is what I'm leading to this. Mission is automatically always on the defensive. She is always ready to strike back and retaliate. And the way she does it is she insults you back immediately, just like that. And immediately it's like, nope, nope, go away. You're stupid. And thus, the only way we ever actually get to know Mission and crawl into that shell, so to speak, and decide to see what kind of a person she actually is when we actually endure those insults to the point where she realizes they're not working. It's actually very similar to something that Garrick does over in Deep Space Nine, but I don't want to get too much into that discussion. If I had to choose a species in Star Wars, I'd be a Chiss. That's a very easy answer for me. I also do think there should be more Force wounds in Star Wars. But then again, it's worth noting that a Force wounded individual is literally a nobody. You know, from Kingdom Hearts. Seriously, think about it. Okay, we got all this stuff. Oh, I agree, Raspin. Absolutely. It's easier. People get defensive in person. When all you have is text, with no tone, with no connotation, with no body language. Yeah. It's a Kingdom Hearts thing. Hey, look, everyone's leveled. Now you get to hear the sound even more, guys. I will torture you all. Least favorite Star Wars species? Since we're not counting Rak ghouls. Can I say human? Man, I'm just gonna stand in the sewage for a bit. Get my shower on here. There we go. Yep. Oh, gotta get my hair. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I said it first, Redix. We're not even going to talk about the Iron Jedi.
Time to rumble.
Here's one I imagine most of my viewers have heard before. You're just an entitled little prissy pants because you didn't get the game you wanted. Your expectations were too high, and Mass Effect 3's ending, you just don't understand it. Hey, wouldn't be the first time, said John.
What?
Gotcha. I want everyone to kill Redix so that I don't copy him.
That energy shield leads to another section of the sewers. The entrance to the Vulcar base is somewhere past there. I've got the codes to lower the shield, but we have to rescue Zalbar from those Gamorrean slavers. Don't worry, we can come back after.
People are still saying that, Rigel? That's hilarious. My preferred manufacturer is KoTOR drive yards. I've always had a thing for them. Although, I would also be always been very fond of CNR as well. CNR Fleet Systems. And the fact that I know those off the top of my head is probably sad. Let's not talk about that. KoTOR drive yards is a thing I like so much. I made an entire company based off of it in Primus called XDY. Oh, hey, a Rakghoul.
Sure. Time to rumble.
Really, Jaywalk? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, because I think the gentleman who made that actually asked my permission to put me into the video. And yet, I never got asked to do a Mass Effect or a Final Fantasy VII remake thing, Jaywalk. You never asked if I could be in that. Not that I gave much of a reaction, so I suppose it's actually very understandable why you would do that. Me is the thumbnail. There we go. That's all the Promised Land stuff. I don't feel like wasting parts. Yes, I did, Fearsome. That was hilarious. Sad, but hilarious.
You asked for this!
That's a good point, Zajon. I don't know. I should put the wig on and then, like, rewatch the thing and just be like, oh my god! And then Jaywalk can add it to the video and I'll be famous again. By the way, fun fact, Jaywalk has had more views on that one video than I have in half of my career. It doesn't... I mean, that's just... Yeah. I don't know what to say about that, other than what I already have.
Look at this. This is one of those old-style manual locks. No computer codes or nothing. The sewers is the only place you'd see one of these on Terrace. You can't use conventional security spikes on these old locks. But don't worry. I've come across them before. I've rigged up a little device that should do the trick.
Zalbar!
I'm glad to see you too, Big Z. You didn't think I'd forget about you. Mission and Zalbar, together forever. These are my new friends, Big Z. Without them, I could never have got you out.
I don't know as far as my master amongst the Sith, but I think I'd probably want to go with, since I am a male, I would go with Twitface, whose name I can never remember, or Barris. If I am a Jedi and I want to master, I'd go with Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan. Very easy on that one. Good to meet you, Zalvar. And that's right, Revan can speak Wookiees.
A life debt? You sure about that, Pixie? Think about it carefully. You better be sure about this.
Yes, I did. If you mean, if it's a lightsaber near his ass, is that what you mean? Oh, I would love some spaghetti and meatballs right now. I'm actually pretty hungry. I ended up not getting much dinner.
Big Z swearing a Wookiee life debt to you? Wow, this is major. Do you realize what it means?
Wait, I have like an hour chunk of it, Jaywalk? You're kidding. Oh, never mind. That's minutes, isn't it? Here, I'll watch this later, Jaywalk, but I gotta bookmark this. There we go.
A life debt is the most solemn vow a Wookiee can make. It means he'll stay by your side for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Zalbar will be with you.
I am honored.
I guess this means you're stuck with me, too. Wherever Big Z goes, I'm going. I almost lost him once. It's not gonna happen again.
If I'm gonna go with a lightsaber, I'm not good with dual wielding in real life. Back when I actually used to do sword stuff, I just couldn't do it. My left hand is very non-dominant. There's a term for that. Atrophied. My left arm and my left hand is basically completely atrophied, so I couldn't do any real maneuvering with it. So it has to be one-handed. So I'd probably just go ahead and use a lightsaber if I had to. Carl's Jr.'s can be good, ever since they got eaten by the other place whose name I can't think of. Was it Hardee's? Carl's Jr. ate Hardee's, or Hardee's ate Carl's Jr. But either way, ever since that happened, their quality's gone down a bit, but there's still some really good stuff at Carl's Jr. So,
I guess I still owe you one secret path into the Vulcar base. That was the deal, wasn't it? Don't worry. I know a back door into that scum den.
excellent, Redix, thank you. Oh! Actually, fun fact, I went out of my way to not use my right arm for several weeks at one point in time to try and learn how to use my left more. I kind of had to stop because I literally just couldn't function. It was just, I can't do anything over here. I am massively right-hand dominant.
I better come with you. The Vulcars put up a force shield to keep the sewer dwellers out. I'm one of the only non-Vulcars on Terrace who can get you past it. I can't remember exactly how to get there, but I know it was somewhere here in the sewers. Over to the northeast, if I remember right. I just hope the Rancor monster isn't still there.
Rancor? Good. I'm spoiling for a fight.
You did a good job mopping up those Gamorreans, but I don't think you want to take on a Rancor. Those things are huge.
Well, that's a good idea. Get a bionic arm and I'll be
Rancors
set.
aren't too bright. I was able to sneak past it before, so I'm sure we'll figure something out. That is, unless you want to change your mind.
Not really.
Okay then, off we go. Like I said, somewhere to the southeast. Just look for the force shield, and we'll know we're there.
Didn't you see northeast just a second ago? Okay. Well, we've already had one of their conversations, but we could have another, so let's go ahead and get him in here to get their other conversation. This button. We're going to go and level them up because I want more conversation stuff. Recommended. I don't care. He gets sneak attack, and I want... Where is it? Is this it? No. Is this it? No. Where in the world? Well? Did I? Screw it. We'll go with that one. That's a good one to go with. Wait, no, that's Revan. Back. Why am I leveling Revan? No, I don't want to level Revan. No, I don't want to level Revan. No, why, God? Why? There's no way to back out. There's no way to back out. Look at it. I can't even escape. God damn it. Okay, fine. We'll level. Damn it. Persuade. And repair. I don't remember what my last quick save was. I only don't want to not level him because I'm being a troll. There's no real reason. I'm actually going to hit level 8, I want to say, Scoundrel. And then the rest is going to go to the Jedi class. So that explains why I wasn't seeing the feat I was looking for. God. Well, I have sneak attack 3, so that's good. Which is what I want. I also want... I do actually want that improved crit. I can find... Is this it? Yes. Okay. No. I don't want to level you. I want to level you. Damn it, Karth. You cost me a level. Okay, you! There we go. Now I can actually see what I was looking for. I want... Recommended. And that for her as well. Okay.
Yes?
Alright, onwards.
Here.
Other guy, you're gonna have to define emergent storytelling, because I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about.
No problem. Got it.
Down you go!
Really, Darth Pandemonium? Wow. I couldn't have known. I've never played a Metroid or a... You know what, I don't even feel like listing examples. I take it back. Oh, you'll see, Revan. 7217. Where the player makes up their own stories. Can you give me an example? Like, in a game, specifically. Do you mean the handle? Dragon Cat? Just occurred to me, I haven't equipped everyone in a while. And we will remain that way.
What?
Force-sensitive crystals. You're gonna have to remind me what you're talking about, Fearsome. Because if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, I don't really have much to talk about there.
Here! How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
My lightsaber would be white or silver, because it's very indicative of my mindset, and also happens to be both of my favorite colors. Also, Silver Jedi. Let's see, I got that. I think I'm actually done down here, so yeah, I just need to go and end this. Probably a single lightsaber. Although I'm also tempted by a saber pike and a saber staff, but honestly, I'd probably be better with a single lightsaber, if I'm being honest with myself.
You won't be able to get that computer to lower the energy fields unless you know the proper codes. Lucky for you, I've got them. I picked them off the pocket of a black Volker who had a little too much to drink in the cantina one night. Here, let me get that energy field down for you.
Gotcha, Fearsome. That's what I thought you were talking about. But again, yeah, I don't really have anything to say about that. It's there. Emergent storytelling, I mean, it's a thing. Most storytelling is interpretive anyways. I don't really have anything else to add to it. Like I said, it's there. It's a thing. And someday, it will explode. You found another. Yeah, okay, I have all 3 journals. It's hard to explain, Raspin, but basically white is all about emptiness, purity, cold, focus, that kind of a thing. Also, carrying a gun on Terrace, yeah, that's really, really common. Dong! I like how the Gamorreans are just hanging out with rock ghouls, by the way.
Down you go! How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
The Gamorreans are stupid and ugly. Any questions? The only good Gamorrean's a dead Gamorrean. Obsidian Pandemonium, very easy answer. I've talked about that elsewhere, Lamppost. It boils down to the thing I've already talked about, the failing of Skyrim, which Obsidian did not have, so, you know, that. I'm kidding, by the way, about the Gamorrean thing, if that wasn't blatantly obvious. You ever wonder who set all these mines down here? Because there's 2 options, well, 3 options. The Volkars, the Gamorreans, or whoever set this place up originally and they've just been down here this whole time. It's probably the Volkars, though.
Hey Karth, can I talk to you for a second?
Here's our second
Are you ready to have
convo.
a civil chat? Or is this gonna be another childish tantrum?
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerf herder.
There's that defensive thing again.
I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you. Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. I mean, look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Karth.
Well, that's no big deal. I mean, I know how it is. Sometimes you just need to hear a few words of encouragement. Kids are like that.
Kids are like that? Listen, you... Oh, I get it.
Sushi,
okay, you
Mad
got
Men.
me. You're pretty funny, Karth. For an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
That again really shows the mindset Karth has. He is a good leader. He also understands that the best way to reach someone is to That's weird. To not challenge an apology, basically. Alright, we're gonna save again. So I'm just gonna demonstrate something really quick. Here's a Rancor, right? Let's go fight it. I mean, with invincibility on, I should be fine, right? I don't have invincibility on, by the way. At least I shouldn't. So I should be dead, and I don't know why I'm not.
You asked for this. Down you go.
There we go. Okay. This is what I was trying to demonstrate. I apparently still had invulnerability on somehow. The point is, you don't actually get hit by the Rancor. He basically just kills you. Like that. He just kills you. He attacks you and you die. That's how the Rancor works. So in case anyone's wondering, no matter what you do, you cannot actually deal with the Rancor. He just scripted kills you, like he just did there. Let's make vulnerability 0. Let's make sure that's off there. Alright, so let's do the couple frag grenades. Should do it. And there it is, the synthesized odor. So like I said, some people who watched me do this the first time didn't actually know that you could do that. They did the kiting method of... Oh god, I'm trapped! I'm trapped! Yeah? Nah, it's okay, I'm free.
Sure.
Where you kited it into the hallway and you'd wear it down, because they thought that was the only way to deal with it. Hang on, to hack his remains open here. Whoa! Okay, moving on. And yeah, you can get a ton of X if you kill him the way you're not supposed to, basically. Oh, wow, Raspin, that's terrible.
Time to rumble. You asked for this.
Okay, we're taking damage again. Yay! See, I actually thought you could loot the Rancor if you tacked at the remains, but I guess not. Like, are you still recommending the same game to me, man? Let's look this up. Yes, you are, pathologic. I am aware of it. But it's not anytime soon on my list. Ding! Okay, so for those of you who weren't here for the test stream, I got stuck here with 0 med packs and, like, no health left, and I was stuck in combat so my guys wouldn't res. So what ensued was, like, 30 minutes of, oh god, how are we gonna make this work? I got it. Oh, I died. Okay, reload. Okay, you know. So, we might actually have a slightly easier time of it this time. So, I can even explain what happened when I died here. I already saved, right? So, I just went into this room. And then died instantly. And, like, I barely got out in time. Like, literally barely got out in time. So, Revan was the only one actually alive. And I was just... The two of them would stay dead in that room forever because I couldn't get them out of there. It was fun. Gotta kill the cook! We killed the cook! We have ended a terrible movie career, guys. Ah, fine. I'll put a weapon on her. God, you're so demanding.
Yes?
They did, Marley. 3 of them, if you believe it. Really, Reach? Wow. That would certainly speed up this entire section. Because that's basically the big obstacle, is getting past those turrets. Yes, I have, Lamppost. See you around, Madman. Enjoy the pizza slash sushi slash whatever you end up getting. Hello, waitress. Wait, we're light side right now, right? Ah, damn. You can actually kill this chick. It's great. How'd you end up here? Oh, yeah, so she has no dialogue. This bug happened to me last time, too. So, she was sold into slavery. She is a slave here. So we're going to let her go.
Now that you've killed the guards who were supposed to watch me, I think I could find my way out of here.
You can do it, Case, now. Leave.
I'm free to go? You're not going to kill me? I don't know how I can ever repay you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to get out of here before any of the Vulkars see me.
Absolutely, Darth Pandemonium. Without question or hesitation. What'd you just have me give myself, by the way? Frozen. As I blindly enter in your cheat commands. Which one, Frozen? Hopefully a good one. Oh god, Ultimate Paradox, you are terrible. Good med packs. I don't see them. See, I only had one advanced. And I just have regulars. Really, Lamppost? No, I never would have guessed that! Thank you so much for enlightening me on that. Thank you, God. Without that knowledge, I just didn't feel complete in my life. No, Shiryu, it's okay.
No problem. Got it.
You know, I guess I could finally put on some armor. What do you say, guys? What do we got? Screw it. We'll put that on. You. We'll put on that, and yeah, you. We'll put on that.
Yes?
I knew it, the other guy. How could you? Hang on. Get item GI med equipment 0750. Overload. This is my favorite way to kill people in this game. And you get experience for it. Oh, absolutely. I think it's possible, Pandemonium, and I think it would be awesome if it happened. It probably won't, but I still think it would be awesome. Ding, ding. I know, Reach. That one guy's like, oh my god, they're all dead! I've done that many times, Trurin, where you just kill yourself, and you're like, oh, right. Yes, I included the... Oh, that's the problem. Hang on. No space. Gotcha. I made 750. There. That doesn't work, then I give up. You can micro Romano, it just hurts like hell.
Tonga bugsham uninong. Wanga kun bistkin bamulira. Juni yun tun jiji aithadoana. Kavavol paktakum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aitha odunga. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aitha odunga. Tongai tuam jiji yumali kachi chu aitha odunga.
So here's a question. Do you think it's a good policy to kill anyone who leaves your organization just to ensure that people don't leave your organization?
Kontichani mulira turung umnid patoga wanka chonetize.
Get out of here before someone donates for me to kill you. Aha! I have life support packs. Although it doesn't give me the number. It looks like I only got one, which is weird. Yeah, whatever. Morally, of course. Although there are some tactical problems with that idea too, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking though, Fearsome. It's like, ha ha ha, if you leave, I'll kill you. And so then, yeah, you're screwed. But it's yet another example, and there are so many in this game, of short-term thinking at the expense of long-term situations. Wait, what? Oh, no, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. In you go. I still only have one. That is so weird. Nero says, I'll be streaming until hell itself freezes over. So no worries. Not all night in Requiem. I do have to go to sleep at some point. I'm not as young as I used to be. Okay, they shouldn't kill me. Okay, we're good. Ding. Don't worry, Reach Network. We aim to please. Yes, I have actually read Dante's Inferno. I barely remember Khan's Brotherhood, but then again, as I've said before, I never liked the Darth Bane books. Or Darth Bane himself, for that matter. So, probably has something to do with that. No, I would not, Raspent. That's not my interpretation of the Sith Code. Because if you notice, there's nothing in the Sith Code at all, actually, about the now at the expense of the then, or thinking long-term, or even any mentality whatsoever with regards to tactics or strategy. It's just freedom, power, expression, you know, that kind of a thing.
Let's go!
Actually, this is a genuinely interesting question. How many of you like Terrace, and how many of you dislike Taurus? He just never stuck with me, Pandemonium. He was a very interesting concept, but not an interesting character. And I also disagree with him violently, so that probably doesn't help there, but anyways.
Didn't work.
Oh, goody. But Paragus is hardly fair. Paragus is kind of a slog. Not bad, just...
You asked for this!
Thank you, Samurai. It's okay, guys. For those of you who don't like Taurus, we're very close to being done with it. We basically have one more dungeon, and then we're good. We're going to do some turn-ins, obviously. Save, 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 save. Oh, fine, Reach. God. So insistent. I like how they have Duros just way down here working up. I mean, I know. Duros are, that's kind of what they do. But, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot about Davik Space, so I'm sorry. We have 2 more dungeons to go through. Early thoughts on Paragus? We'll talk about them when we get there. Those are my early thoughts.
No problem. Didn't work.
I know I can get this place open. I thought there was a door, like, code thing down here that helped. Yeah. In fact, I thought it was this door right here. Because, Reach, God, what do you think? I'm actually playing this game? No, I'm just here to talk about the game. And get lost, because that's what I do. I get lost in games a lot. That's not even a joke. I don't know how I can speedrun games like Super Metroid, given how often I get lost playing games casually. I think I would actually agree with that, Pandemonium. That's a good way to think of it. As soon as you get Kreia, it's like, oh, okay. Fine, we'll do the droid thing. Hey, Qualitus. Go, my suicide bombing droid! Yeah! There you go, doors open. Reach, just for you. Am I the only one who is slightly irritated that carbonite attacks are a thing in the KoTORs? I'm just curious, because it's just a mild irritation.
Down you go! Time to rumble!
Oh my god. Seriously? Seriously? We're not a Jedi yet. The Force is with us, Roy Middleman. But we are not a Jedi yet.
Got it.
There you go. 2,000 credits. We're good to buy T3M4 X7AA-32. Or just T3. Now I need to get down here. I feel like I missed looting someone, because I should be able to get in this door. Yes, I did. That's part of why it bothers me. Seriously, where's the pass? Well, Han was frozen for over a year. Keep that in mind. Oh, damn it, I gotta go up here. Ah, get out of my way. Karth, mission. I'm glad that you two are getting together and everything's great. But go away before I stab you to death. Okay, so, moving on. See you around, the husband. Have a good one. Hey, Octavian. Haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome to the lore run of KoTOR. I've talked about lots of lore today, and then I've spent lots of time just running around chatting with you guys. I hope you're okay with both. Because that's what you're getting. You think that's funny, Samurai? The KoTOR series, in canon, mind you, has guns that shoot healing blaster rays of... Moving on. Got some Pazak cards. Good luck, Tarkin, by the way. Do you have your water job yet? Or a wind, excuse me. Do you have your wind job yet? And no, I'm not shipping, sure you. Revan versus Dooku? In what kind of contest, Dragon Cat? Also, that'll probably come up in the tournament. Oh god, that's terrible, Tarkin. Good luck. Yeah, okay. So this is funny. You get here, and fortunately you guys have not donated for me to be Darkside lately, so we're not going to betray the hidden Becks and really piss off Mission, which you can do here. So, give me the accelerator. Oh, shoot. Alright, hang on. Ugh, that was a bad situation. No, stop. What are you doing? Full Metal, yeah, we've done a bunch of those. Sorry. You got this, Karth. You got this, Revan. Okay, now we retreat. Now we hit this. Then we attack, apparently. For no frickin' reason. I'm just gonna sit over here and heal while he sits over there like, no, I will kill you. Eventually. God, I cannot hit this guy. There we go. No, jaywalk. I won't do that. I won't do that, but my brother will. Honestly, I'd give that one to Dooku, personally. The man is ridiculously skilled. It's simple, Axe-Cack. RPGs. Alright, now, there's actually a lot of ways to deal with, this situation, but what we're going to do is we're not going to be able to warp back to town, which actually really sucks. Our Hearthstone isn't working, guys. Let's get some... Okay, so that's the will, that's the awareness, that's the where, and the awareness. Yeah, we'll go with that one for right now. You want me to put it... Okay, fine. I'll put this back on me. Go over to mission, put the dumb thing on her instead of on me. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I gotta give him something too, of course. And now mission looks fabulous. Yes. We're a couple hours in, Desu. We've been talking about a lot of things as we go, per my usual idiom. No, I don't think I have, Dragon Cat. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Mission! I know you're injured and at 1 HP. Hello, Daliath. Can I warp back yet? No. Alright, guys, we got this. No, sure you. We got this. We're gonna ride the ragged edge here. So here's a question. Those of you who know the difference, who do you like better? Mission, Veo, excuse me, or Vet? And yes, same voice actress between the two. Wait, I can go out the front door. What am I doing? Ah, whoa. Ugh, there we go. Okay. Issues. We had issues there. I'm not sure what that was. I'm actually torn between the two. Vet has a slightly more complete character arc, but Mission's awesome. At the moment, Ryan, you can see the number up there in the upper middle-ish kind of a thing. And yes, this will be going on to YouTube. And yes, we'll always be streaming at about 11 AM EST on average. Okay, so we've already gotten their conversation. So we'll add these two this time. Ding. I'm doing it on purpose just to torch you. Okay, so I need to go... Whoa, wait, I need to go this way.
You're back. Did you manage to get Holden to withdraw the price on my head?
Oh, that's right. We didn't fix the situation because we were dark side at the time.
I guess I...
So, let's go... Damn it! So now we gotta go... Now that we're light side again, we gotta go actually complete the quest. Gosh darn it. The other guy, it usually has to do with demand and interest on the level of the viewers. Because I can't just put all my streams on YouTube. I stream all the damn time. So normally something that I do that's just a for fun stream or something like that, I don't actually upload. Where am I going? Where am I going? I'm going this way. I do have the serum, so I'm going to turn that in.
Hey, Big Z, we gotta do something about your breath. I didn't want to say
That would be
anything,
funny,
but
sure,
it's bad. Worse than usual, which is hard to believe. In fact, now that I think about it, your breath has been pretty rancid ever since we rescued you from those Gamorrean slavers. What'd they feed you, buddy?
Probably the ricotta, dragon cat. To their detriment, I might add. We'll talk about the ricotta later, of course.
Oh, Zalbar, that's terrible. I know how grouchy you get if you don't get your 8 square meals a day. I'm amazed you didn't pass out from hunger. Ew! No wonder your breath is so bad, Big Z. Gamorreans
Production
smell like
order,
Bantha
Pandemonium.
voodoo. We'll have to pick you up a toothbrush to clean that stench out of your choppers. Okay, relax. No toothbrush. Sheesh. Just try and eat something else to cover up that smell, okay? Stay away from anything that's smart enough to lock you in a cage this time.
Ham. Yes, this is what I want. I had something to talk about there. And I can't remember it all of a sudden. It's gone! Oh, I like how they talk... This is a really minor point, but I like how they talk about 8 square meals a day. Now, you could be like, oh, Mission's exaggerating, but I don't think that's actually the case.
Hey, Big Z, don't take this wrong.
Hang on. I don't think that's actually the case. I think the whole point there is to emphasize something that science fiction tends to forget too often. When you have a species that's naturally stronger, more agile, or whatever, their metabolism is probably such that they should be eating, well, let's just say, a ridiculous amount of food to keep up. Vulcans in Star Trek are actually a really good example of a species that should be eating tons and tons of food in order to keep their bodies going because of how much energy they use up. And yet that's never talked about. So I like the idea that they actually made a point of being like, hey, guys, you eat tons of meals a day. Because it's a frickin' Wookiee, and that makes sense. And I like how everyone's talking about me forgetting the clinic when I didn't forget the clinic.
But lately, I've noticed you're starting to look a little bit scruffy. No, I'm not suggesting a bath. I know how well that went over last time. But your hair's
Probably
getting
Wookiees,
all
little Billy.
And if you look close, you can see a few gray strands starting to poke through. Don't worry, Big Z. It's nothing I can't fix. A little trim, a splash of coloring, and you'll be as good as new. Best looking Wookiee on the planet. Maybe a nice suit.
You don't trim a Wookiee, you don't color a Wookiee, and you certainly don't dress a Wookiee.
I know, Wookiees aren't into the whole clothing thing, but you could start a whole new trend. You'd be on the cutting edge. Okay, sheesh. Try to offer some constructive criticism, and this is the thanks I get? Let's move on. You can just stay naked and scruffy for all I care.
I have to admit, it'd probably be really uncomfortable wearing clothing if I looked like that. I mean, that kind of fur everywhere? Ugh. For the record, there is such a thing as clothed Wookiees in the EU.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
What are you linking me, Reach? And why do I have to kill you? Sigh.
It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in a starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know? I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank.
The former,
and
Ryan.
He was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive. Showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
Quick rumination on the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, God, it hurts!
Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went. I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need? Okay, have it your way.
So I'm going to Burger King next, apparently. I'm torn on what to do with Griff every time I encounter him, because my first reaction is to just rip his head off. Again, that elder brother thing I've got going. But
A plague spread through our streets.
it's not that simple, you know.
This elevator is off limit. It's
Yeah.
obvious.
I have the
Why
papers.
didn't you say so? Just be.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, and this way. It occurs to me I shouldn't have gone back to heal, but I figured screw it, just in case. So now that we're not evil anymore, we've decided to stop being bipolar in that direction for the moment. Oh, where's this jackass? There he is.
This better be important. I'm trying to watch the dancing girls. You got some news about Dia or something? Hey, it's like I told you before. You come up with 200 credits,
Absolutely, Evil
and
Knights.
I'll remove the bounty. Otherwise, she's gotta pay the price. Don't worry. I'll stick to my end of the bargain. I'll go tell Zax right now that the bounty is off the table.
Ta-da. That's right, I did kill Slevin, but I didn't actually collect my credits for that. Money, money, money! Personally, no, Dragon Cat. But then again, I also despise the Yuzun Vong, so I am admittedly biased against them. Seriously, I cannot stand the Yuzun Vong. I spit on them. Puh. Okay, turn that in. Need to go this way next. Yeah, that's saying something, Samurai. When even Lucas says you did bad, you did bad. By the way, I've actually watched the Star Wars Holiday Special, so I have earned the right to mock it. For anybody curious. Looks like we might not actually get off Terrace today. We'll see. We don't have basically any other side quests to do other than the ones that we're turning in right now. Let's go turn into Igear and make sure that he gets to keep his little part of the trash pile. Oh, I'm glad you're appreciating it, Evil Knights. Where are the outcast people? I know they're down here somewhere. I just don't... Yep, there it is, there it is.
Wait, Upwelder. You can't go through this gate. There is too much danger and suffering beyond. For your own sake, turn back.
I've brought you some serum.
Your offer is generous, Upwelder, but the serum is useless to us now. The villagers infected with the Rakghoul disease have been quarantined beyond this gate. At any moment, they could be transformed into terrible monsters. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into Rakghouls and attack them at any moment.
Let me guess, we're evil now. I do think the Vong are completely out of place in Star Wars. I don't think they fit at all. Are we evil? Let's go find out, shall we? Are we now evil? Yep, we're evil. Thank you for the donation. Well, shoot. We are now hideously, horribly evil. Both, Dragon Cat, easy answer.
I can't help the infected ones. They have to die so that the rest of the village can live. I accept this. If you think that makes me a coward, so be it.
I'm going through that gate.
I can't stop you from going through the gates, Upwelder. But if the infected ones have already transformed into Rakghouls, you'll be walking into your grave.
No, wait! I was just about to kill her and do evil things.
Please, help us. We're infected with the Rakghoul disease. At any moment we could... No! This cannot... No!
Well...
Never get me.
Wow. Oh, wow. Holy crap. I don't remember these guys hurting all that much. Bipolar Revan would be very amusing, admittedly. Okay. Okay, hang on. Yeah, we're back to light. Okay, so back to light. Whoop. By 1.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Never mind. Sorry.
Sure.
It's alright, the other guy. It's not the best game in the world, but it's not the worst one either. Okay. So we are back to being good, barely, so we will go and try to save these guys instead of... We're back to being evil.
Please, you have to help us. We beg you. We don't want to end up like the others. Please help us. We can't end up like them.
Let's see. Well, since we're evil right now, get away from me, you diseased mongrel. Okay. We're now more evil. So where was I? Oh, right. So, yeah, we're going to, you get away from me, disgusting creatures!
Go then, Upworlder. Leave us here to die. Abandoned by everyone.
Can I, like, let them out so they can infect the rest of the village? Is that a thing I can do? Oh, well. Guys, it's time to go sell the journal to
Mr. Idiot, who is a ridiculously stupid person.
Where is he? Where the hell did that gear go? Should be, like, right over here. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That was Ethan Phillips. He does several roles in KoTOR. There he is.
Hello, iGear.
Hey there, Upworlder. You want to see what I got for sale in my inventory? Or do you need something else?
I have decided to be evil and petty and extremely stupid and sell my journals to you
For like 10 credits or what? It's a pathetic amount of money. Can I kill him? Can I kill him? Wait, hang on. Oh, hey, okay, so we're back to light side 1 here. Ah! And now we're up to light side 6. I think, yeah, hang on. So now we're up to... Okay, quick, we gotta turn in the mission, quick! Quick! I'll be going now. Quick! Run to the other guy, quick! Quick! Where is he? He's over here! Oh god, run! Run, quick! I've got your journals!
Welcome back, Upworld.
Oh god, you're the wrong guy! Hey, listen. Where's the, shoot. Okay. Okay, run.
Welcome back.
Yes, I found your journals. Here, I found the journals!
Is it possible?
Yes, I found it.
You've
Here,
done a...
journals! Go away! Go away!
Chill. What do you want now? Have you more fables of a hidden paradise?
Okay, we did it, guys. We decided not to be stupid.
These are fables after you see what I have brought
safe.
you, Gendar. Look at these journals.
What? No, it can't be. Are these real, Rukil? Is this
We're safe,
information
guys.
accurate?
I swear to you, everything in these journals is true, Gendar. The Promised Land. I told you I would find it.
The entrance is far from here, Rukil. It will take us weeks to get there, perhaps even months. And we will have to cross many Rakghoul-infested areas.
I do not deny the journey will be hard, Gendar.
Uh-oh. Oh, God!
Better than the miserable life we have here.
Wise words, Rukil.
Our evil has returned!
Now, we could leave by nightfall. I will tell the others to prepare for the journey.
Thank you once again, Upworlder. I will say a final goodbye. For where we are going, I fear you cannot come. The journey to the Promised Land is long and arduous.
Goodbye. Yeah, okay. So, now that we're officially evil yet again, I know exactly which quest I want to do while we're still evil. We gotta hurry. We gotta hurry and do something evil. Quick. Come on. There we go, okay. Evil time! Quick, evil time! Quick. It must be evil. Wait, this is the wrong way. This is the wrong way to be evil. No, we gotta hurry before Samurai donates. Hurry! Go! Gotta be evil! Seriously, where's the fast travel option? Go quicker! I need to be evil now! I owe it to my viewers, because I keep being evil when I don't have a quest to turn in. Quick! Hey, Teofs, what's up? Welcome to my stream. As schizophrenic as it probably is. Like I said, don't be a stranger, as I like to say. Feel free to chat and be awesome. And I hope you enjoy. And run! I have to turn in the serum to the hut! Because I'm a pathetic, worthless, terrible bastard! I'm almost there, guys! I'm gonna make it! I'm gonna be evil! Yes! Ah! Take the serum! Wait, no! In the middle of the conversation! Damn it! I was this close to being evil. What's that put us as? Okay, so we're at... Hang on, I could Giving myself a headache. Okay, so we were at -1 because of that, and now we're at +1 here. So this is now... Oh gosh, we got our donation. Another one. And yes, thank you very much for the donation, Tiafs. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm glad you enjoy my content. I hope you have fun here. Light side. So now we gotta back up. We walk up. I'd like to sell you the serum. I'll give you 1,000 credits for it. Screw off! I'm never giving this to you. Sorry, guys. We're suddenly not evil. Right. I need to go. Actually, it's probably faster to do this. Okay. This way, this way. You know, if I get evil again, I'm gonna have to turn right back around and go back to the lower cantina to sell it to Zax again, or whatever his freaking name is. Okay. Where am I? I'm going, where am I going? This way, yes. Oh, I was looking for Dia, actually, so hang on. We'll do the clinic thing in just a second. I thought Dia was in the other apartment for some reason. No, it's a Twi'lek. Okay, Dia! Hey, Dia, what's up?
You're back. Did you manage to get Holden to withdraw the price on my head?
Well, I was torn on it, and I tried to kill him, but it wouldn't let me. So then I was just going to help you, but then I was going to kill him, and then I was going to kill you, and I'm just really conflicted on the matter, so I finally gave him 200 credits and just told him to deal with it.
He called the bounty off? That's wonderful. I only wish I had something to give you as a reward. Wait a minute.
I think you do.
I don't have many credits, but there is something I can give you. It's a family heirloom. It's not much, but it's something.
Well, guys... keep your reward. We're a good guy right now.
I can never truly repay you for helping me, but you'll always have my thanks for what you did.
Oh god. A Mass Effect Evil Good War would be terrible in Mass Effect 3. Like, in the other games it would be great, but in Mass Effect 3 that would be terrible. Alright, we will save all, we will save the Krogan, and then we will shoot Morden in the back! Okay, now we go to the clinic. Don't you dare, Octavian. Because I'll have to do it. We already passed to the most petty thing you can do in this game, which is the iGear quest. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's that? Oh, okay. It's towards light side. Okay. Damn. I mean, that's a good thing. I didn't want to go back down to the Undercity and go back to Zax again.
Welcome back. Are you in need of healing or medical supplies? I can treat you right here at the center for almost any condition, except medical disease, of course.
Uh-oh. Hang on. Hang on. No! Wait, we're still at 7. We're down to 7 here. We, That's your plan, isn't it, Reach? You want me to keep going up and down between Zax and between Zax and between, whatever this guy's name is. There is a Tor counter too, by the way, guys, if anyone wants to donate towards or against that. Oh, come on, Nick. Oh, there we go. I feel better. Okay. Uh-oh. Damn it. Okay. Yep, we're... So, we are now evil again. I'll be going now.
Goodbye, and good health to you.
Run! Quick! Quick, we must be evil. Wait, this is the wrong way. Quick! Revan must give in to the darkness. Oh, that would be horrifying, Baronessa. You eat the soul and then you release, and then you eat it and then you're... Oh god, I'm stuck on something. It's not the north or the south side. It's not the east or the west side. It's the dark side. Get in front of me, Empire. To all you Vader haters out there. We'll blow your planet up. Damn it! I probably shouldn't find this as funny as I do, but I do. Back up top! Come on, guys, I've had a change of heart! I've had a change of heart! We need to give it to the medical person. Oh shoot, we just got like 3 donations in a row here. That puts us up, this much. Yeah, there's the other one. Quick! Quick, back up top! Back up top. What is thy bidding, my master? It's a disaster Skywalker we're after. What if he could return to the dark side? Yes, he'd be for a powerful ally. Another dark Jedi. He will join us or die. We got Death Star! We got Death Star! Okay, so that's probably dark, which puts us at 3. Hang on. Yeah, so, okay, so that puts us down to 6 light. Okay. Now I'm going to just take a nice long drink from my soda here. Just going to stretch for a moment. Yep. Okay, now we go back. Well, hang on. You guys told me I should turn this cheat off, so you got it. Okay. We're here. We'll turn it in. I have the serum.
You have the serum? Impossible. How did you get this? No, wait. I don't really want to know. Can I see it? The serum, I mean? I need to see if there's enough for me to analyze it so I can start producing it in mass quantities.
Here you go.
Let me see. Yes, this is it. A cure for the rat ghoul disease. With this sample, I can make enough serum for everyone. The people of Terrace owe you a debt they can never repay. Please, take this small reward. It isn't much, but it's all I can afford. A few credits and 2 spare med packs.
So, as an aside, I love the idea that we actually, we turn in this thing, and the idea here is that Terrace is going to spread the cure for the rat ghoul to the other worlds, so that soon all the worlds will have the cure for the rat ghoul disease, and then Malik shows up and is like, "Hi, I'm an evil bastard!" And then the rat ghoul disease remains a thing. Isn't that great? I believe they did that on purpose, by the way, to specifically ensure that rat ghouls would be in the future.
You truly have a noble and generous spirit. But you deserve something for your effort. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount whenever you shop.
Oh god, Full Metal.
That's the least
That's gonna be insane.
Now,
Back, and then back, and then back.
Goodbye.
Alright, I believe that is all of our quests.
You blew it. If you'd brought that rat ghoul serum to Zax, you would have made it worth your while. But no, you had to go and do the honorable thing.
Hey, the voices in my head took a while to decide, but we'll do something really evil to make up for it. Probably in KoTOR 2, probably on Nar Shaddaa. Because no matter what the thing is, we're going to do that evil thing there, because it's really, really funny. Uh-oh. Quick, we need to do a quest, like right now. Do we have any Other quests I could know. Yeah, okay, it's down now. So, hang on, so that's... Oh, in favor of Tor. Oh, never mind then. We'll put that in favor of Tor, then. Add that to the list. Thank you very much again for the donations. All joking aside, I really appreciate it. You guys make it worth doing all this, going through the stress and all that fun stuff. Are the outcasts even there anymore? I mean, I kind of sent them off. We will be doing it Tatooine, Kashyyyk, Manan, Korriban. I don't know, Lulu. I wasn't paying attention.
The evil walks among us. The enemy is here. We must...
Let's go see if the outcasts are still there. We gotta go this way anyways. It has to do with layering it so that certain events happen in a certain way, Xbox. Haha. Because I want to make sure I do all the conversation stuff with the characters. I want to make sure I do every companion side quest. The story overall feels like it flows better going to Tatooine first, especially with regards to Bashtala. And it also ensures that Yuthura Bond does not end up on Dantooine, which I'm doing on purpose, by the way. If you don't understand why, let's just say I think her odds of survival are safer, or higher, I guess, if we redeem her, which I don't know if we're going to or not, if she doesn't go to Dantooine, given what happens to Dantooine off camera in this game. So, yeah. Oh, they are gone. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you get more HK-47 time as well, too, so that's a bump up. That's a broken texture. This is the first time we've had a graphics bug in this run. Revan has become consumed with his own darkness. Yes, Turen. And then dies because of the Dantooine situation. Oh, it definitely helps out, Teos, and thank you very much. I hope you continue to enjoy my lore runs, my explorations, my ruminations, and all the other random crap I do in the future. Yeah, it's the alt-tabbing that's doing that. KoTOR 1 would be, I'd say, like, 7 or so, and KoTOR 2 would probably be an 8. Yeah, I know, Dios. That's why I'm deliberately not doing that, actually. The most skilled Force user. Call me crazy, but I'd probably give that to Luke Skywalker. His ability to improvise, think on his head, and use things other than the Force really gives him a huge advantage, IMO.
You have returned. You have the prototype.
Number 2
would
be Vader, by the way. Here's the accelerator.
I was beginning to wonder if you would make it. The race is tomorrow, and my mechanics need time to install the prototype into the swoop engine of our bike. Don't worry. I'm a man of my word. I promised you could ride in the swoop race under the Hiddenbeck banner, and I'm still going to let you do that.
Man, I wish
And
Razulia
I'm
was here
even going to
today,
go one
but
better.
oh well.
I'm going to let you ride the swoop bike with the prototype accelerator installed on it. Without it, you won't stand a chance.
Gadden, you can't be serious. We need one of our best riders on that bike. We can't let some rookie take the prototype engine into the race.
I have to be honest with you. There's a reason I'm letting you take the prototype engine.
Palpatine, Pandemonium.
Accelerator is unstable.
In
There's
his
a good
prime?
chance it
Yeah,
could explode
Palpatine.
during the race. I can't ask one of my own riders to take the risk. They'll be running unmodified swoops in the race. You'll be the only one using the prototype. If you can complete the track before the accelerator overheats, then you'll win for the Becks. If you die, then one of my other riders could still come through for me.
Well, you're a pragmatic bastard. One thing I want to point out here, as weird as it sounds, This is a good example of what I mean by there's some good writing in some aspects of this game. It's not quite at Obsidian level, but it's still damn good. We have a situation where this guy is not a good guy. He's a person who's probably pretty decent for his overall perspective, but he's still out for himself before anyone else. He is still what I would usually refer to as neutral evil in D&D terms. In other words, primarily focused on self, but not to the actual detriment of others for the most part, that kind of a thing. Zerka Corporation are definitely evil, stupid, and corporate bastards. All the above, yes. By the way, I'd just like to add that I actually really like Manon. There's some great political stuff going on there, and some great cultural stuff. And it's a world that was invented basically whole cloth, as opposed to every other world, which is one that was already mentioned or existent in the extended continuity. Except for one section, and I know you guys know the one section of Manon I cannot stand. And yes, I'll be using Turbo for that section, especially because it looks really funny.
You don't get to be leader of a swoop gang if you don't know how to work all the angles. You can stay here tonight. The mechanics need time to install the accelerator on the engine, so you won't be able to practice your riding. But I've got good instincts, and you have the look of a racer about you. Just try to relax, and in the morning we'll take you to the swoop track.
I hate the underwater section, Dios. And then a shark kills you. That's my impression of the underwater section. And then a shark kills you. See if I can remember how to race this. I completely forgot when I was doing this for the test run. Yeah, okay. Alright, save. So we're going to be talking about a certain character, Jennifer Hale, specifically, and then we're probably going to pause for the night. So, let's go ahead and do it, do I? Yeah, I know, I have to beat my time the second time. I also remember the very first time I ever played this, it actually bugged out on me, and then like the controls wouldn't work, and it was weird. Swoop racing's kind of fun, I'll admit it. Take two. Yeah, I wish there was music that was better for the thing, but whatever, let's do this. Don't make me pull up the F-Zero music. I've got that playlist. TUFs, no, I have not. I've never actually played it because it was never finished before I was interested in it, and now it is, and now we're doing it, so... Damn it. Just stop trying to show off. Okay, one more chat. You know what? Screw it. I need F-Zero music. Sorry, guys. Hope you guys can tolerate my F-Zero music. F-Zero GX, of course, because it's the only F-Zero game. Let's go with a classic, shall we? Okay, we're back to this. Sorry, I like that song, but we're about to introduce arguably the main companion character. Also, to you, I pretty much exclusively listen to video game music as well. Make of that what you will.
People, hear me! Before I present the so-called champion of the Becks with their prize, there is something you must know. The winning rider cheated! Your swoop bike was using a prototype accelerator. Clearly an unfair advantage. Because of this hidden Beck treachery, I'm withdrawing the Vulca's share of the victory prize.
Well, I gotta go collect my sex slave, guys, so... You know. And she's a Jedi, too, so she probably knows some tricks.
Fool! Your traditions are nothing to me. I am the wave of the future. If I want to withdraw the prize and sell this woman on the slave market myself, nobody can stop me.
I might have something to say about that, Brejik.
Hello, Jennifer Hale.
What? Impossible. You were restrained by a neural disruptor. How could you have possibly summoned the will to free yourself?
You underestimate the strength of a Jedi's mind, Brejik. A mistake you won't live to regret.
Vulcus, to me! Kill this woman! Kill the swoop rider! Kill them all!
So the scene that's about to show up is extremely important. And I mean extremely. I want you to pay attention to how she talks, because there's going to be a quiz on it later. I will talk about that, Reach, just not right now, for obvious reasons. So, when I first did this, Bastila pissed me off. If you have to ask why, well, just pay attention to what she's about to say. As soon as it advances.
Well,
there we
maybe
go.
those bloody Vulcans will think twice next time before trying to keep a Jedi prisoner. And as for you, if you think you can collect me as a prize... Wait, I don't believe this. You're one of the soldiers with the Republic fleet, aren't you? Yes, I'm sure of it. How did you end up racing for these swoop gangs?
My name's Revan. I'm here to save you.
Save me. Is that what you were trying to accomplish by riding in that swoop race? Well, as far as rescues go, this is a pretty poor example. In case you hadn't noticed, I managed to free myself from that neural restraint collar without your help. In fact, it's more accurate to say that I saved you. Brejik and his Vulcans would have left you for dead if I hadn't stepped into that fight. You're lucky I was here to get you out of this mess. I may have been a prisoner, but a Jedi is never helpless. Maybe you've heard of a little thing called the Force? But I suppose I shouldn't be too hard on you. You did try to save me after all, even if it didn't go quite as planned. So let's get down to business. We're not out of danger yet. If I'm going to figure out a way for us to get off this planet, I need to know what kind of resources we can draw on. First, are we the only two survivors left from the Ender Spire?
I'm going to stop here to talk about Bastila a little bit. We're going to talk about a few things. We'll discuss her character, of course, throughout this run, but let's just say that it is astonishing she didn't go into the dark side before. She is literally a completely typical example of exactly what is wrong with the Light Jedi at this point in time. Very arrogant, very confident that their method, that their donation... that their donation... or that their method, the way they think of these things, the way they do things, the way they are is the correct way to do things. And anyone who says otherwise is just misguided. And they have this wonderful arrogance about them that it's not like, oh, you're wrong. It's more like, listen, I know it's hard for your puny little mind to understand the mysteries of life and the Force like we do, but we're better than you, and we actually understand exactly what it is that we need to do. So I'm going to tell you as if you're a 2-year-old, you know, that kind of a thing, right? Bastila has a tremendous amount of arrogance, even more so than most Jedi, because of the battle meditation, which she thinks, quite bluntly, makes her special. Now here's the catch. It does make her special. She is a unique individual, and she has every right to be proud of who and what she is. It is the ironic dichotomy of what the Light Jedi teach people and the Order teach people as a result of the Exar Kun disaster that happened 50 years before that leads to situations like this, where she thinks she needs to be restrained, but she can't actually restrain the way she genuinely feels. So she feels like she should be special, but then she has to restrain herself, and the mixture of these two things comes off as a snooty twat. I know that's not a good explanation, but this is how it works in real life. If you feel so one way, and you tell yourself for years and years and years that you cannot be like this, the result is going to be this mixed muck of crap. If I can say something that I don't want to get on a topic about this, but there's a real life allegory for this. I know I grew up in the 70s and 80s, right? And where I lived, being homosexual was still something that people were getting used to the idea of, and it still wasn't culturally acceptable where I lived, right? And so I knew people, at least two people personally, but one of them in particular is a gentleman I'm talking about. He grew up and he was taught all his life that it was horribly wrong, and yet he actually felt this way. And so the mixture that came out of this was terrible. And he was just this kind of semi-twisted person who hated himself and constantly spouted off and got extremely defensive and did all the things that Bashta's basically doing here. It took him a while to come to grips with just being himself was okay. And once he did that, once he got over that hurdle, he was actually fine. This is ironic because this is the exact same thing that happens with Bastila. Bastila becomes a good character because once she finally gets to the point where she can accept how she feels without feeling judgmental of herself, without feeling like she has to keep herself restrained by these artificial constraints of society and culture and the teaching and the dogma that the Light Jedi teach, then she actually turns out to be a pretty cool person. And we get the Bastila that we end up having at the end of the game and in between the games, and the one who ends up with Revan and all that fun stuff, right? Just to give you an idea of what I mean, though, this woman is so goddamn prideful that she's talking to Revan, okay? She knows that. Karth doesn't. She knows that's Revan. She knows exactly who you are. And so she talks down to Revan. She speaks ill of Revan as if she rescued him because her ego was so powerful. Her ego was so prideful that she could not dare to understand, to even begin to comprehend the idea that she was brought down by nothing more than swoopgangers. Because the Force is superior and the Force is supreme, and she is incredibly skilled with the Force. Therefore, she should be able to get out of any situation, and the idea that these swoopgangers actually successfully kidnapped her, which they did, and beat her, which they did, is just a blow to her pride she cannot understand or comprehend. Not with this blockade of this doctrine that's in her mind. And so she actually turns it around and cranks the pride up to 11 to compensate for it. She tells Revan, and I want to stress again, she knows that's Revan. She tells Revan that she rescued him to make herself feel better about her own wounded pride. Now, this is great. This is so wonderfully human. And it's one of the reasons I like reaching out to her. I like characters like this. I like characters that, like Bastila, like Morrigan, like, there's another example I was going to give. Characters that you have to work at. Characters who feel human because they react to you. And Jack from Mass Effect 2, that's the other one. You have to crawl your way in there. You have to be careful. You have to be patient. You have to be calm. You have to be like, okay, look, it's okay. I don't judge you. I don't hate you. No, blah, 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 blah. And you have to let them reach out to you. You have to let them reach you until it gets to the point where the two of you actually have this understanding, and then you get to see the real person hiding under the shell of the thing they project. And then what we have is Bastila, who's an awesome character underneath, and Jack, who's an awesome character underneath, and Morrigan, who is an awesome character underneath that shell, that mask. Oh, shut up, Evil Knights. Don't bring that. Flush that out with the rest of the garbage in the morning, would you? Anyways. So yeah, it's just, I love this presentation of Bashala's character, because this is one of those scenes. KoTOR 1 is an excellent game to play twice. It's got that thing for it. The Babylon 5 effect, as I've started calling it nowadays. You watch Babylon 5, and then you watch it a second time, it changes everything, right? KoTOR 1 is the same way. You replay KoTOR 1, and it's like, oh my god, you know, this was this, and that was that, and this all makes so much sense. It's amazing, you know. One other thing I like about this, though, Bastila, in many ways, it feels like to me she is an addendum to talking down to Revan, specifically to downplay his connection to her. I don't mean the romantic one, because remember, at this point in time, there is no real romantic entanglement to the two of them relationship. And Revan could also be female, which, well, okay, the game doesn't allow that, so I guess that's not a valid point. But the point is, I'm not talking about the romantic side of things. Bashtil herself has a line later where she says how horrible it feels to have something so personal. Why? Because she's a Jedi. The Jedi don't do personal connections. We must chop ourselves off from everyone. It's the same damn thing. It's the same exact thing that I've been talking about for forever with regards to the Jedi. So I feel like she's literally not just defending herself for her pride and her fear, as was mentioned earlier, but to try and keep herself distanced, to literally push you away, so that she does not have to endure having such an intimate and personal connection with another being, regardless of how that is expressed, be it friend or family or romance, doesn't matter. Being closely connected to someone is something that she views in her mind as wrong because she has been taught that since she was a frickin' child. By the way, you know what, let's not even get into that. So that's what I wanted to open with as soon as we got Bashtil here. So let's
Karth Onasi is alive. Finally, some good news. Karth is one of the Republic's best soldiers. He's proved himself a hero a dozen times over. And he sent you here to save me. Maybe I misjudged you. Karth wouldn't have sent you if he wasn't confident in your abilities. Forgive me. Despite my Jedi training, I still tend to act a bit rashly sometimes.
That's again that ego on display there. Despite my Jedi training.
Right away. Between the three of us, I'm sure we can figure out some way to get off this planet before the Sith realize we're here.
Fun fact, Bashtil uses a yellow lightsaber. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually the first yellow lightsaber in the series, in the franchise. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But yeah.
You cannot win, Revan.
And there's Malak being a stupid Sith. So, yeah, the Jedi take children, which is dumb. I mean, forget morality. It's just plain dumb.
Now we just need to figure out a way to get off this planet.
You mean you don't have a plan to get off Taurus yet? What have you been doing all this time?
Did Yoon have... Okay, sorry. This is not the first yellow lightsaber, because Jedi Knight did come out before this.
I see. Now that I'm back in charge of this mission, perhaps we can start...
This is great, right here.
Hopefully our escape from Taurus will go more smoothly than when you rescued me from Brezhik.
I know you're new at this, Bastila, but a leader doesn't berate her troops just because things aren't going as planned. Don't let your ego get in the way of the real issues here.
That hardly strikes me as an appropriate way of addressing your commander, Karth. I am a member of the Jedi Order, and this is my mission. Don't forget that. My battle meditation ability has helped the Republic many times in this war, and it will serve us well here, I am sure.
Your talents might win us a few battles, but that doesn't make you a good leader. A good leader would at least listen to the advice of those who have seen more combat than she ever will.
So, Karth is completely right here. Karth is completely right. Seriously. And the whole point that's being made here is the fact that Karth... she, again, this is just rehashing what I already talked about. Bashtil is so automatically, well, I am in charge of this mission. Why? Well, because I am a Jedi. And I am a special Jedi. So I am, of course, in charge. And Karth's like, no, see, I'm actually a leader. And a leader doesn't do what you just did. So why don't we actually just do this? And I love how Karth does it without actually yelling. And without actually, like, being genuinely insulting or anything like that. I feel like there's a mosquito around here somewhere. I keep feeling for something brush against my leg, and I don't feel like getting any more bug bites right now. Whatever. So yeah, I love how Karth comes back to her. It's one of the many reasons I actually like him as a character. Again, Karth strikes me very much as a leader type of individual. An actual leader, as opposed to Bashtil, who strikes me as... Bastila has never struck me as a leader. She's a special operations individual. You know what I mean? She's someone who's really good at specific types of missions. She's not that great at combat. She's not that great at leading. She's not that great at peace. She's really good at her own specific thing. Just my take on it. So, yeah, he's right.
You know, I had my doubts about this mission, but I figured the Jedi Council wouldn't put you in charge if you weren't prepared. Here you are, acting like a spoiled child.
I see. It's true that I don't have much military experience. Perhaps I should not be so quick to judge. Very well, Karth. What do you suggest we do?
First off, we can't get hung up on who's in charge.
That's also really important, by the way.
If we want to get off this rock, the answer is out there. We just have to find it.
Well said, Karth. And the sooner we start looking, the better. I've already been a prisoner of the Volkers, and I don't plan on being captured by the
Yeah, she is basically a Jedi Shadow. Ironically, since the Shadow was built completely on her, with her as a template. Hang on, let me check my donations here, because I thought I had them all. But I'm being asked to check them. Oh! I did miss one. From Churen. Thank you, Churen. So, yes, I apologize for missing that. I am an idiot. I get wrapped up in stuff sometimes. This actually goes towards light side, but we can tease her a little bit.
I think we'll need some help getting off Terrace. Maybe if we ask around, one of the locals can help us out. We should probably start by asking around in the cantinas. Is something wrong? You seem as if something's troubling you.
Yeah, I had a vision about you.
A vision? A vision of what?
Revan.
It's strange. Such visions are often a sign of force sensitivity.
I agree with what Samurai just said, by the way. Karth, in my opinion, is the superior leader, if for no other reason than the fact that he didn't get hung up on being in charge. A true leader knows how to not fight over the mantle. That's all I'm going to say about that. Some people in Game of Thrones could learn that little lesson.
I'm not sure. It may be that you have some connection to the Force. It would not be unheard of. When we first met, your natural talent may have fed off my own Force abilities. It is possible that in the excitement of the battle's aftermath, the Force allowed you to witness one of my more intense memories.
Which was just a few days ago, really. And Baroness is correct. A true leader also cannot stand being a leader. Hates being a leader. Does not want that mantle, like I said.
The Force is complicated. Even I, with all my training, cannot fully
With all
understand.
my training.
This is a matter
Remember,
of
she's young in this, by the way.
Jedi Council. Once we escape Terrace, we can seek the guidance of the Council if you wish. They will understand the significance of your vision, if there is any. However,
I talked about
think
that
it would be
earlier,
best if
Sean.
we all stayed focused on the task at
It has to
hand
do with
right
Exar
now.
Kun.
We can't afford any distractions. We need to find a way off Terrace.
Alright, let's do it. Let's kill Bastila, kill Karth. We'll leave Mission Val alive. She's awesome. I forget how old she is here, but she is damned young. I remember that. She's someone I would look at as if she was a kid. I don't mean that as an insult. A lot of my viewers are pretty young. Let's look it up. How old is she here? Let's just look it up real quick. Oh, I mentioned I'd talk about the pronunciation of her name. Everyone in this game, with two exceptions, calls her Bastila. We've already heard it several times in the game. There is exactly one time in the entire game that she says her own name, and she pronounces it Bastila. I only mention it because we're not sure if that's Jennifer Hale getting some bad voice direction, or if that's just her preferring her own pronunciation of her name and never actually getting around to it. But, if you know what I mean, just accepting that everyone else calls her Bastila. Okay, so how old were you? Wow, she is young. She's 10 years younger than the Exile. So if we can figure out the Exile's age, we can figure out the rest of this. Okay, so this happened. Ugh. Yeah, I said there's two other pronunciations. Her, Bastila, and he says Bastila. Okay, how old is the Exile? That'll help. Let's find... Where's the timeline that I actually want? Ah, here we go. It's actually right here. Bastila is, as of KoTOR 1, 18. She's actually younger than I thought. Wow. Bastila is really, really young. Holy moly. That's just... wow. I'm astonished by that. Yeah, she is a youngin'. Yikes. Just... Like I said, though, that does kind of shine a light onto the problems I've been talking about with regards to her mindset. This is also one of the problems with... whoops. Oh, here we go. Revan was 25 when he became a knight. Hang on, so it just stopped... So, he was older than 25, 20 years before KoTOR. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. So, actually, apparently Revan, at the beginning of the war, was 26. So, that was the Mandalorian War, which ended that year. So Revan's 30. Revan's dead 30 when KoTOR 1's happening. He's also kind of young. That's right. Canderous. Yeah. Oh, right, I was going to talk about the child thing. And then we're going to go ahead and cut off for the night, because I said I would, and I need to get to bed. I will be streaming tomorrow morning, as usual. Yeah, mission is 14. The thing is, the Jedi Order kidnaps... I shouldn't say it like that. They take children when they are very young. We're talking low single-digit range, and takes them off to be trained. Now, there is a degree of logic to that, even if I don't agree with it. The logic is we ensure that nothing actually happens to them outside of our control. We make sure we have complete restraint and complete control over the situation to ensure that nothing goes wrong, and as long as they're only ever exposed to one thing, they'll never think to doing something else, because the very idea of someone rebelling against the only thing they've been taught in their whole life, I mean, that's just ridiculous, right? That'd never happen. I am obviously slanting this, but there are reasons for the Jedi Order to take children and teach them when they are younglings, as they themselves call them. The entire idea is to ensure that they never develop their Force abilities in a way that the Jedi Order doesn't agree with. But the problem with that is everything. I want you to take a child and not teach them how to actually grow up as a human, right? Don't teach them how to, like, okay, shame. How do you deal with shame? You accept it. You understand your own pride. You swallow it. You grow from it. You grow beyond it. You don't lock it away and refuse to acknowledge it. How do you deal with fear? How do you deal with anger? All these things that make up being a sentient being have to be managed. You have to learn how to accomplish, how to deal with things. That's part of growing up. One of the things I actually liked about the movie that I just recently saw, Inside Out, is one of the themes of that movie, spoiler alert, not really, is that there's nothing wrong necessarily with being sad. You don't push sadness away. You allow sadness to be a part of your life, and you use that and grow with that and move with that, right? That's being human. That's being an adult. That's growing up. The Jedi Order refuses to allow that. They try to do the Vulcan thing, except they do it in such a way... They literally teach through fear. The Jedi Order is integrally tied into fear. The entire reason they're acting this way is because of fear. Because of their fear of what happened during Exar Kun's situation. And so they teach all their people, you must be restrained, you must be disciplined, you must be locked down. At all time, you must constantly be under lockdown. Otherwise, terrible things will happen to you. You can probably understand, without even having to experience this, that this is just... duh, right? It's so obvious why this doesn't actually work. It is amazing the Jedi have as much of a success rate as they do, and in my blunt opinion, the main reason why the Jedi tend to succeed as much as they do is every now and again there are Jedi like Qui-Gon Jinn, like Jolee Bindo. In other words, Jedi who do not agree with the Order's code, who do not adhere to the Order's code, and accept the idea that these are human fricking beings, not robots. One of the things I liked about Phantom Menace, I know, is the subtle implication that the actors got across that the writing didn't, that Qui-Gon fully accepted the Force, whereas Obi-Wan was still a slave to the doctrine. And it wasn't until the end of the movie that he basically was like, no, I will abandon the doctrine in honor of Qui-Gon Jinn. Anyways, as always, I've got a billion more things to talk about, but we'll get to those when we get to those. I'm going to go ahead and stop for the night. I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm going to eat a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed, basically. Tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. That is roughly 11 hours from now, to give you an idea. So, I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Regardless, have a good one. Shoutouts. It's been fun. You guys are awesome. Cool.